The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
From McKenzie, Tennessee, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Homecoming 2023 Bethel Style. I'm Diamond Dave McCulley along with Craig Lund. Derek Couples, our producer and director today. Tom Yarbrough's on the radio side at WEIO 100.9 and thefarmradio.com. And we're joined by our great group from the BallGame Blitz and Worthy Road Studios. Paul Schultz and all the gang. Christopher's here, Ashley's here, Billy's here, Eric's here, and all the gang. And we get ready to not only televise the game for you, but to broadcast it as well. We're glad to have you aboard this afternoon. It's going to be a warm day for October anyway. It's sort of a heat wave around the country, we understand. Watching the weather news last night, and of course we get ready for a really good game today. This game today pits two teams that will be meeting for the 35th time. It is the most against any opponent in program history for the Wildcats. Cumberland has a 20-12 1 advantage. That's Cumberland University out of Lebanon. The Cats have won the last two meetings. The series is 5-5 in the last 10 meetings. They first met, Craig, when you were just a young whippersnapper. I was an adult. 1993. It's been a good series through the years. Cumberland's had their share of victories. Today, Bethel favorite here today. Good to have you on Homecoming, sir.
I'm glad to be here. Of course, I'm a Bethel alum, and I remember that 1993 game right across the way here at McKenzie High School Stadium. Cumberland came in, and if I remember correctly, handed the Wildcats a pretty good loss that day, as they had just started football back in that year.
Yeah, 5-5 in the last 10 meetings. Bethel has won the last two meetings, including last year. Bethel coming in today, number 10 in the country. They moved up 2 spots in the poll this past week. They enter the fray today at 6-1 and 1-1 in Mid-South Conference action. Cumberland's 3-3 and 1-2. Bethel is 4-1 at home, while the Phoenix arrive here in McKenzie with a 2-2 road mark. Should be a good ball game today. Heat, well, unusual, a little bit hotter than we've had in the last couple of weeks here in October.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Earlier in the week, the forecast was calling for a cool day. Where the front came in Thursday night with a little bit of rain.
I think they backed it up a day.
They did. They sure did. And I came out yesterday out of the office, and I had a sweatshirt on, having a McKenzie State Championship sweatshirt on, and I'm like, where'd this come from? And I look at the weather forecast for today. It's like, ooh, down on that turf, add another 8 to 9, 10 degrees, so those football players.
No doubt about it. The teams have two common opponents in Georgetown and the University of Cumberland. Both squads beat the UC, while both lost to Georgetown.
Yeah, and again, we look back at that Georgetown game. They came in here and really just had their way with our Wildcats.
Sure did.
really kind of changed, in my opinion, changed the mentality going forward, because now if you're Coach Jasper and these Wildcats, it's a must-win every game here on out to get to that Lindsey Wilson game, because that game's going to be huge now if the Wildcats take care of business today and the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, be on the road the next 2 weeks. They'll be at Faulkner, then the Campbellsville game. We were trying to think of a way we could get up to Campbellsville and do that game. That's always one of my favorite places to visit, Taylor County, but we have basketball. So as of right now, we'll not be making that trip. That could change. We'll just see how things sort out. Basketball starting this coming week, the Tip-Off Classic, Coach Nelson and the Lady Cats, and then the following week they have the another classic as well. This is the 496th game in program history with Bethel's record. They won their 200th game the other day, 287-8. Win number 200 came last week when Bethel won 44-7 over Roosevelt. We'll tell you more about the teams, how they stack up offensively and defensively, and more. We'll send it back to Tom Yarborough in the studios of 100.9. He's a little nervous today. He's a Alabama fan. His wife is a Tennessee fan. Figure that out. We'll come back. We'll talk about that game, but we'll talk about this one primarily. Greg, I've done these games now for 13 years at Bethel. I don't know that I've ever seen it. Now, I know parking's at a premium because of homecoming, but I don't know if I've ever seen as many cars on the grassy knoll over there toward the Holland Farm.
I'll tell you what, if I was Athletic Director Brad Chappell, I'd take a hat over there and go, okay, admission's $10. Please put it in here.
And if you don't want to pay the 10, we're going to charge you 5 for parking.
Exactly right.
I think that is a city street, though. That's University Drive, so I'm not sure. We could send Hubble over there. He could con him if nothing else. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll come back on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz, and we'll come back, too, on 100.9. All of that coming up on the Countdown to Kickoff here on the Bethel Football Network. Number 10 in the country, Northwestern. Iowa is number 1. Grandview is number 2 there from Iowa. Iowa dominating the top poll anyway. Morningside at number 3. Indiana Wesleyan at number 4. Marion, Indiana at number 5. Carroll, Montana at 6. Kaiser at 7. Lindsey Wilson, who will meet in about 3 weeks. They'll come in here on November the 11th. They're number 8. College of Idaho number 9 and Bethel number 10. Georgetown is number 11 this week. So, Craig, it's amazing. You look back at some of these schools in the top 25 poll. It seems like some of it never changes. I mean, we're there again in the top 10, top 25. But, you look at people like Marion, you look at people like Carroll, they're always there, aren't they?
Always there, and that just speaks to the type of program they have. Consistency across the board, able to recruit those type players to help them be successful. Bethel the same way, consistent in the last few years, been in the top 10, top 15 in the country, always vying for playoff spots and always in the playoffs. So that just speaks volumes to that university, to that coaching staff, able to recruit those type of players to continue the consistency they have.
No doubt about it. We counted down here. There's a very special ceremony that's going to take place 20 minutes before kickoff. Last night, Bethel University honored 3 former athletic greats and 2 contributors with inductions into the prestigious Bethel Athletic Hall of Fame. It marked the 43rd class last night to be honored. 6 teams and 109 individuals have been enshrined since 1980. At that time, in a few minutes, we'll direct your attention to midfield, whether you're watching or whether you're here in the stands listening. We will have Michael Jasper, Dave Jesse, who is a great men's basketball player. Craig remembers him, 1992. Hubble does as well. Mike, of course, played here in football, 2012. Ariel Montague, great women's track and field star, and contributors Tom and Patty Calden. Their son Kobe will be with us today as well. He's a former center on that 2018 team that went undefeated during the regular season. So a really nice banquet last night and a nice gesture today. Bethel honoring those folks with a pinning ceremony. The actual Hall of Fame pins will be put to their lapels today here in the pregame.
Always a big honor when we have those type of individuals who contributed so much over the years to be elected and put into the Hall of Fame. Dave, as you mentioned, I know Dave Jesse very well, good friend of mine from my days here at Bethel. Of course, Coach Jasper's my neighbor. Talk to him quite often, all the time. And just the Collins, I don't know them personally, but I know that Kobe, when he was here, he was a big part of Brent Dearman's team that went so far and had that big scoring offense that year.
Brett down at North Alabama right now, struggling a little bit, but he'll build a good program down there sooner or later. The Cats come in at 6-1, number 10 in the country. They are 1-1 in conference play, 4-1 here at home, and 2-0 on the road. The Cats come in today, Craig, averaging 47, yielding 14.9. 147.9 rushing, 297.4 passing. Let me stop right there. If there's an Achilles heel to this Cumberland University defense, I talked to Kyle Allen, their great SID. He's in the booth next to us. They give up, Bethel averaging almost 300 in the air. They have been suspect with giving up 200. They've defended the run pretty well, under 100 at 96.8, but they're yielding 187 yards per game in the air. So if Bethel's passing attack is on target today, it could be a long day for Cumberland's defense.
Well, the question is, is Kalaza going to pick up where he left off last week? The second half of the Roosevelt game, the offense really started clicking a little bit better than the first half. And with Burns out there, big opportunity for the offensive side throwing the football today, but I still feel like Coach Jasper has to establish a little bit of the run to set up that pass.
No doubt about it. Good point. They complement each other, no doubt about it, because if you get that running attack going, it opens up those lanes and opens up the space there in the passing attack. Bethel yielding just 89.4 on the ground, 135 in the air. Let's look and compare then on the other side. Tim Mathis's ball club, he's 18-26 up there. He's a 6th coach since 1990 when they reinstituted the program up there. He's a long-time coach down at Shorter in the assistant role. 3-3, 1-2. They've lost 2 of their last 3. They come in 2-2 at home, 1-1 on the road. Cumberland has had trouble at times scoring 20 points a game. They yield 23, which is not bad at all. Rushing 247 per game, 86 in the air, 96.8 rushing. We mentioned a moment ago they're yielding in 187 on the air attack. But you look at these teams, obviously Bethel looks like the favorite team here today, but we were favored against Georgetown as well.
We sure did. We sure were. And again, a conference game, you know what you're going to get with Cumberland. Very consistent program, coached very well. We were watching them warm up, and Coach Hubble and I were talking about the way they were running their quarterbacks. They had like 8 quarterbacks out there throwing different routes to 8 different receivers at the same time. Really impressive. So the Wildcat defensive backs going to have to play exceptionally well like they have so far all through the year. And again, defense has to step up, create some turnovers to put that potent offense of the Wildcats back on the field.
I was talking to the radio team from Cumberland a moment ago too. Bob Lee, he's been around as long as I have. I'm better looking and look younger, but I was talking to those guys, and they were talking about, they didn't even mention Dixon in the conversation. They were talking about Jalen Taylor, and they were talking about Avant Burris, and they didn't even get to Dixon until I brought him up. And they're talking about the fact that they know Dixon, he's the real deal. They know that.
Right.
But they said the guy that scares them more than anyone right now is Jalen Taylor.
Okay, y'all concentrate on Jalen Taylor, because then Dixon's going to have a field day today.
Yeah, I bring that all up because I think Dixon has commanded so much attention that it's opened up Burris, and we've gone to the tight end more lately as well.
Adamsville kid. Name escapes me, dadgummit. Jacob Bowles. Adamsville, yeah. Again, Wildcats can hit you so many different ways, not just Dixon. You got Taylor in the backfield, and Colazo, just accurate. That's all you can say about the young man.
Now, you have to take every game as its own entity.
Right.
But let me share another stat with you. Bethel has scored this year 38 offensive touchdowns, 4 defensive touchdowns. Meanwhile, the Phoenix have come in here today, 16 rushing touchdowns and only 1 passing touchdown all year.
Wow.
I mean, those stats are pretty staggering.
That bodes well for the defense. It looks like the run game, they're going to be able to shut that down maybe and not give them anything on the ground. Again, just do what we've been doing. You know, run our offense like we've been running. Let the defense take care of itself, and the Wildcats should come out of here with a victory today.
The Cats get back their leading tackler today, Brian Hughes, who was suspended last week. Brian Hughes is back, but he's not starting today.
Still, what a commodity to have coming off the bench when you insert him into the ball game. Even though he's not starting, he's still going to play a major role in this football game once he gets in there on the defensive side of the football game.
No doubt. Let's take a 2-minute break. This is the countdown to kickoff. We'll come back on Worthy Road Studios, the BallGame Blitz, and 100.9 WEIO. We'll come back. And when we come back, Craig Lund will take a look at the starting lineups, offensively and defensively for both teams. That's coming up next here on the countdown to kickoff on the Bethel Football Network.
For Bethel Wildcat football, as the honorees inducted into the Hall of Fame were just pinned by Eddie Brad Chappell down at the 50-yard line on the Wildcat. Dave Jesse, the Caldens, and Coach Michael Jasper all down on the field with Mr. Chappell. Here's the starting lineups first for the Cumberland Phoenix on offense. At quarterback number 3, Luke Hollowell. At running back number 23, Traylon Shepard. At wide receiver number 4, Elijah Gaskins. Another wide receiver number 11, Isaac Finch. At wide receiver number 13, Tim Frill. At tight end number 87, Devin Williams. At left tackle number 76, Will Sanchez. At left guard number 56, Preston Cresswell. At center number 58, Brody Hall. At right guard number 50, Logan Martin. And at right tackle number 78, Trevon Wiggins. The kicker is number 49, Christian Carter. The holder is number 0, Sean Niblett. And the long snapper is number 71, Evan Jones. The punter, number 88, Nolan Gottlieb. Punt returner, number 9, Nate Stevens. And the kick returner, number 9, Nate Stevens. On the defensive side for the Cumberland Phoenix, at defensive end, number 6, Des Wallace. At defensive tackle, number 99, Jeremiah Matthews. At nose guard, number 40, Joey Samples. At defensive end, number 22, Jalen Brown. At linebacker, number 45, Aaron Davis. Another linebacker, number 46, Boston Follis. At nose guard, number 34, Keenan Burnley. At defensive back, number 1, Exalen McKinney. Another defensive back, number 19, Keon Therakill. At safety, number 21, Trevor Griffin. And another safety, number 14, Derek Taylor. Now the starting lineups for your Bethel Wildcats. On offense, at left tackle, number 67, Jackson Surratt. At left guard, number 70, Tyrell Wynn. At center, number 66, Jaden Taylor. At right guard, number 51, Dylan Morales. At right tackle, number 78, Logan Davis. At wide receiver, number 3, Jalen Taylor. At tight end, number 9, Tyrell Partee. At wide receiver, number 7, Devontae Burris. At wide receiver, number 37, J.D. Dixon. At running back, number 45, Martez Smith. And your quarterback, number 13, Joaquin Collazo. The punter, number 34, Braden Johnson. Kicker, number 35, Andrew Welch. Point after snaps, number 45, Graham Lyle. Punts, number 45, Graham Lyle. Holder, number 34, Braden Johnson. The punt returner, number 2, Demetrius Gilbert. And the kickoff returner is again number 2, Demetrius Gilbert. The defensive starters for the Wildcats. At tackle, number 93, Anthony Shipton. At nose guard, number 95, Xavier King. At the other tackle, number 91, Jerwin Young. At linebacker, number 4, Darian Burns. He's a good one. At linebacker, number 44, Darian Lewis. At linebacker, number 25, Brody Franks. The rover position, number 28, Kamari Lewis. The nickel back, number 8, Jalen Beasley. At the first corner, number 0, Cortez Eatman. The other cornerback, number 2, Demetrius Gilbert. And the safety, number 5, Jaron Rainey. The starting lineups for both the Phoenix and the Wildcats of today's contest.
Great job, Craig. Looking at that defensive side, too. Brian Hughes, we mentioned a moment ago. He's in the second spot today behind Kamari Lewis. He's a leading tackler. Number 2 is Brody Franks. Darian Lewis, a linebacker, number 3, and the other linebacker, Kendrick Walker, number 4. On the offensive side, Dixon, 40 catches, 726 yards, 10 touchdowns. Martez Smith, averaging 6.6 yards per carry, 67 carries, 439 yards, 4 touchdowns. Faulkner, 7 rushing touchdowns, 173 yards. He's the guy in the red zone that's the dangerous guy for the Cats. Joaquin Collazo, how about 2,823 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 5 interceptions. His longest pass, 68. The other weapons, Taylor, 30 catches, 501 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then Burrs, 24 catches, 415 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And that has to be a defensive coordinator's nightmare on the other side, Craig.
It has to be just a potent attacking offense. The Wildcats, I said the Rebels, the Wildcats have. And if you defend the run, if you love to defend the run, we're going to beat you with the pass, and it's just so hard to defend. Got to be very disciplined on the ends if you're on the running attack and the backside. You can't let nobody get behind you, or Collazo will eat you alive.
No doubt about it. The band, the Renaissance Band, will be performing here at halftime. We'll have the homecoming activities. Craig, I'm the only guy in this booth. I may have shared it with Hubble and Claire, and that's about it. I'm the only guy in the booth that knows who the homecoming queen and king is going to be later today.
You know what? I read my notes you sent me.
I did. I sent them to you.
I should have bet you.
I sent them to you and Key, and I thought, well, they're okay, but anyone else I can't send that to. Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, we're back here at and let's do this again tonight or today. We're at the hangout, hometown hangout. They're not really supposed to give you the 10% today, but I bet you if you go by the hometown hangout today and wear purple, they might give you at least a 5% discount. What do you think? You know those folks. Am I getting in trouble here?
The thoughts and expressions expressed on this broadcast were one Dave McCulley, not included Chris Craig Lund.
You can blame Brad Chappell.
Brad Chappell.
A great scene here today. All the vendors are back here. We have the vendors here. I mean, it's just been a wonderful setting for homecoming 2023.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I'm standing up, and the stands are thoroughly packed here at Wildcat Stadium, as it should be for homecoming.
Biggest crowd of the year. Well, I was disappointed a little bit last week, to be honest with you, with the crowd. But let's look at the officials today in this football game. The officials will be the referee, Darren Bray, umpire Jesse Chesterfield, head line judge, Danny Brown, line judge, Damon Cox, side judge, Nicholas Nipper, field judge James Bradford, back judge Bill Greer, clock operator Barry Capps, play clock Adam Welch. I'm going to go to our statistician. He always reminds me whether I'm right or wrong on this. I think this is the first time we've seen this crew this year, Derek Couple. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, so I do have it confirmed from Emma and from Claire and Deshaun that is the first time. This is the first time they've been here this year. We have the media here today from all over West Tennessee. They're all around the stadium. Fans have the tent set up over in the grassy knoll. The Bethel RLTC corps is about to come out, present the colors. The band will perform the national anthem. And it will be Garrett Burns will do the invocation here today. Chap Haynes not with us as of yet. She'll probably be here a little later. It is great to see that big crowd down there, Craig.
Oh, it is a great crowd. I'm looking at my daughter right now. She's waving at us up here, Dave. Good to have this big crowd here. You know, and people who are in the McKenzie, Carroll County area, even West Tennessee area, you have nothing to do on a Friday or a Saturday afternoon. If your college football team's not playing, come out to McKenzie when these Wildcats are home, because it's a really good environment. It's really good football here in Wildcat Stadium.
A 2-minute break. We'll come back. Starting laps, the coin toss, and the kickoff. It's all coming up next on Homecoming 2023 here at Bethel against the Cumberland Phoenix out of Lebanon. Stay with us, everybody, here on the Football Network. Under the direction of Dr. Derek Jones, the Renaissance Band with your national anthem. Sounded great. Invocation by Garrett Burns was great. This announcer, though, almost fell out the window when the fireworks went off. I wish they would let us know that's going to happen, Craig Lund.
I thought we were going to get the defibrillator up here for Dave McCulley.
I'm telling you. Did you see me jump?
I did.
All right, Craig. We've talked about the game. We've gone over the stats. We've talked about the ambience, the atmosphere here. What are the keys? I know you said just do the things we do, but break it down for me a little bit more offensively, defensively. What does Bethel have to do to win and send this crowd home in a frenzy with a homecoming victory?
I just think you come out and you set the tone early, and if you get the football to start off, I think you go right at them. In this atmosphere, homecoming, give the crowd what they want. Take that first shot deep. Maybe we hit it with Burns from Colazzo, get that big, Dixon, get that big touchdown. But just do what you do. Play a clean ball game. Cut out the penalties, the non-aggressive penalties, I like to call them. In other words, let's stay mentally in the game. Don't jump off sides, but just do what we've been doing offensively. Defensively, make them do what they don't want to do. They don't like to run the football. They want to try to throw it. Make them throw it. Make them run it, and then control the line of scrimmage, get in the backfield, cause some pressure, and the Wildcats should come out of here with a huge victory today to help their record in the conference standings.
They do have a good running back in Traylon Shepard. He's a young man from Georgia, played at Harrison County High School there. Coming in here today with only 146 yards, though. Well, that was against the University of Cumberland. But he's had some good numbers, 103 carries, 613 yards overall, 102 per game, 6 yards per carry with 3 touchdowns. So he's dangerous. Got to be aware of him. And then Luke Holloway, their quarterback. They do have some other folks that are really good performers if you look at that offensive side of it. But they stand out on defense. Joey Samples, the freshman defensive end, 7 tackles for losses, 3 fumbles. He's their leading tackler. Their second leading tackler is Derek Taylor, a safety. Normally that's not good when your safety is your leading tackler.
No doubt about that. And one of the defensively, Dave, they have no seniors starting on that defensive side. Several freshmen starting. Well, several freshmen, and one in particular. We talk about our passing game. Freshman safety, number 14, Derek Taylor, 6'5", 205 pounds. So Colazzo's really going to have to put that ball up over the top and not throw anything short with a 6'5" frame, because he's got the height, he's got the reach advantage. We've got to get it over the top and throw it where nobody can catch it other than our receivers over the top.
One of our assistants was telling us, one of our student assistants was telling us 6'3", 6'5" back there. That's like basketball players other than defensive backs. Colazzo will be one of the captains for the Cats. Captains will wear, and the team will wear today, I like this color scheme. They'll wear the purple pants, the black jerseys, white helmets with the white numbers. It will be Surratt along with the Cats down there, Darian Burns, the very vocal leader of this team, maybe sometimes too vocal. Xavier King, I like Burns. He was at volleyball the other night. He and I had some good discussions. They'll march from this near side, and then you see across the way, and on your screen you see coming in, what a great shot by Worthy Road Studios, Lennox Harris. Also will be one of the captains is Traylon Shepard, the running back we talked about. Also, Captain Trevor Griffin, who is a defensive back. And I missed one of the starters. It's 58, one of our offensive linemen. It's going to be Brody Hall from Blountstown, Florida. And as you saw a moment ago, the Phoenix on the side of the helmets there. What a great shot, Craig Lund. Isn't that wonderful there by Paul and the gang?
Oh, great look right there. Like you say every week, Dave, it's like working with CBS, only I don't want to be Gary Danielson.
Well, no, especially in Neyland Stadium. The fans up there took exception to some things he said. Paul Schulte, the executive producer. Director today is one Christopher Reasons. Replay is Ashley Janda. I know her granddad. Cameras is Eric Inman and Billy Boland. And that's the Worthy Roads and BallGame Blitz crew today. Tom Yarbrough's back in the friendly confines of the studios. Phoenix have won the toss. They've elected to defer. Does that surprise you a little bit?
It does surprise me. I would think you would want to keep that offense off the field as much as possible. I mean, either way, you're going to give it up at one half or the other. But I would try to establish the offense at first, control that clock, and keep that offense off the field of Bethel as long as I could.
It was sort of a loaded question.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, but I knew the answer that you would give, and you probably knew the answer I would have given too.
Absolutely.
Well, the Cats will have it to begin the game offensively. We mentioned a moment ago, Bethel averaging 47, yielding 15. Phoenix 20, yielding just 23. That 23 is not bad, but they'll be put to the test today with this high explosive offense of the Bethel Wildcats.
Well, one thing Coach Stafford's going to look at, he's going to do one or two things. He's going to come out and say, okay, we're going to challenge your defensive line. We think we could run the football against your stingy running defense. We're going to try to do that right off the get-go. Or, okay, you give up the long ball, here it comes. Stop it on the first play. Let's take a shot.
They got the flames in the air, the fireworks here. They're pulling out all the stops. TCA had fireworks after the game last night. I stuck around and watched some of that. There was a running clock. You had a running clock last night. Congratulations to the Rebels.
38-8 over Freedom Prep out of Memphis. Of course, all of us Tennessee Vol fans were kind of a little giddy because of the head coach for the Freedom Prep War Eagles was Cedric Wilson, who was on that 98 championship team with T. Martin and Peerless Pricing Company.
I'm going to put myself to the test. He was from Memphis.
Melrose,
and I think he wore number 8.
He was a quarterback when he was in high school.
Correct, yes.
And Coach Duncan, who is one of our coaches for McKenzie, he was actually at Humboldt. Cedric Wilson's senior year or junior year, Humboldt defeated them in the playoffs. Of course, that's when Humboldt had Kelsey Williams.
Sure.
Okay. Coach Duncan was quick to point out, though, the next year they gave it right back to him and defeated them pretty well.
Well, that Melrose bunch, basketball and football both, man, they were the cream of the crop for years down there. The school of the famous Larry Finch.
Yep. And if you remember, Dave, back in those days, they wore the golden shoes.
They sure did. Ronnie Robertson, the big cat, I think, went there. Did he go there as well?
I don't know.
No, he was from Mississippi, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right, we get ready for this one. The Cats will send back the very dangerous Cortez Eatman. Also back there will be Demetrius Gilbert. Both are just very dangerous. Be shocked if they kick it to them. And we were told, now we're going to double check this. Christian Carter, they moved up a JV soccer player to kick as well. And
good luck pronouncing his name.
Yeah, that's the reason I didn't bring it up. I should have brought it up. But, well, Carter will kick it away. And I would think Franks or one of these other up men are going to get that football, I would bet. Either that or kick it in the end zone. Riley and Jordan for a touchback. So we're ready to go. It's 80 degrees here.
Instant replay is currently unavailable.
Instant replay is currently unavailable? Okay. All right, we'll try to get that corrected if we can. If not.
No, that's for the football instant replay.
Oh, for the football instant replay. All right, okay.
So
well,
they have to challenge something.
Wonder what happened there. Do you know?
I don't know.
That's out of our realm of responsibility. Thank goodness that goes on to the. Claire agrees with me. That goes on the coach's shoulders there, but hopefully they'll get that straightened out. And it's a short kick, and yes, it's going to be Bowles. He lets it go over his head and bounds down toward the end zone. It's going to be picked up at the 1 yard line by Eben. Eben's at the 5. He's to the 10. He's to the 15 yard line, and that did not go the way special teams coordinator Dustin Kincaid wanted that to go, because we came very close. That thing took a good hop for the Cumberland, though, because it could have gone in the end zone as a touchback.
Oh, quite honestly, Brody Franks played it correctly. He thought it was going to go out of bounds, so the Wildcats would have got the penalty, but it didn't. It took a straight roll, if you will, and fortunately we picked it up on the 1. Didn't get a good return, but the Wildcats set up shop 1st and 10 on their own 15.
Franks and Bowles both were down there. Those are good, sure-handed people. Well, the Cats will have it 1st and down and 10, as Craig told you. We're 7 seconds of the game after the kickoff. Collazo in that shotgun. He moves now. Terrence Roberts to his left. Roberts starting again today. Terrence has the handoff, and Terrence has running room. He's to the 20, to the 25, and will scramble his way to the 29-yard line. He's going to get a 1st down and 4 more. Terrence Roberts really has come on. He's a great kid. He's one of our helpers in the SID department, and he really did a good job there that time. Terrence, young man from Chattanooga, transferred from Reinhardt University. 1st down.
Great play right there off the right side, and a good, solid pickup to get us out of that hole.
Good blocking by that offensive line. Now Collazo is going to go up top. He's going to throw it out there to Burris. Burris at the 40. Burris at the 45 and pushed out of bounds. 2 great offensive plays to open up the game. 1 run and 1 passing. And we'll see the replay. Here's the BallGame Blitz Sports Network replay.
Avante Burris just goes out there into the flats. Collazo finds him, throws a strike. He turns it up, gets another 1st down. Great read reaction right there by the offense.
You folks watching, remember we have a radio audience. Play fake. They go out here to Bowles, the tight end. Bowles gets a good block. He's to midfield. Burris came back and gave him a good block, but he gets short yardage. Was there a flag on the play?
No, just a little extracurricular down there.
Yep. Well, that's another positive gain. That picks up about 6. It's 2nd down and 4. The ball just short of midfield at the 49-yard line. Cats clicking right now.
Yeah, looking very well on offense thus far.
Defensive front, Wallace, Matthews, Samples, and Brown for Cumberland. Collazo drops, Collazo throws. Open space, it's caught, and this time it's going to be caught by one, Alonzo Russell. He's become another weapon in this offense. It's going to be another 1st down.
Really like how Coach Jasper and Coach Bright are spreading the field out, not relying on just one player, really dumping it out to different players to make Cumberland really make some defensive adjustments.
Chain gang a little late moving the sticks because I think they were waiting like I was. It didn't get a very good spot on that ball, I didn't think. Going to be 1st and 10. We'll not get on the officials today. Collazo drops back in the pocket. Plenty of time. Zeals it downfield, and it's dropped in traffic. But you normally do not see Jalen Taylor drop that ball as he had 3 people around him bobble it, almost came up with it with the second effort.
Well, you said it, Dave. 3 people around him, and Collazo puts it right on the numbers, and just he got hit a little bit, was not able to pull it in, but what a pass by Collazo.
Collazo completing 66% of his passes
wow.
this season.
I'll take it all day and twice on Sunday.
Absolutely. And he could be playing on Sunday. You never know.
Well, he can play in Nashville right now.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, you're right. My son's down on them, too, a little bit. Here's the handoff. No, play fake. They go to Dixon. Dixon trying to get a block and cannot really get – Burris couldn't get back to give him one, and that's a nice defensive tackle. Great play by number 34 who disrupted that, Keenan Burnley.
So Wildcats 3rd and 10, ball on the 47-yard line of the Phoenix. Dave, maybe in 2-down territory right here if you're Coach for Jasper.
Cats bring in a wide receiver. Russell's going to come in. The tight end came out. Bowles comes out. We'll send 2 top of your screen, far side left. 2 here to the near side. Collazo on the 3rd down and 10. Cats on the year have been phenomenal on 3rd down conversions. I'll tell you the stat in a minute. Here is Collazo dropping. Collazo throwing underneath. They go this time, and it's going to be caught by Russell, but he's going to be short about a 5-yard gain, Craig, at the 43.
All right, decision time right now for Coach Jasper. Coach Jasper's pushing the punt team back. He's going to go for it. 2-down territory like I thought. Too close for a punt, too far away for a field goal.
Yep. 4th and about 5. The Cats, until that play, was 45%, almost 46% on 3rd down conversions. We played 3 minutes of the game. Bethel's opened it up with this opening series as Cumberland elected to kick it to this high-potent offense. Now Russell comes out, and Bowles comes back in at the tight end spot. It's going to be 4th and 5. In the pistol, Roberts behind Collazo. Now he sends him to his left. Could be Dixon time, top of your screen. They bring Dixon in motion toward us. Dixon now will go downfield. It's Collazo looking downfield. Throws it downfield and incomplete. Overshot him that time by a good 3 or 4 yards. And the Cumberland University defense holds Craig Lund.
Yeah, try to get the deep first down right there. Honestly, I think I kind of would have went underneath right there for something coming across, find the sticks, get the first down, move the chains. But the defense now has a task ahead of them to hold this Cumberland offense in check.
Volleyball going on today. I'm not sure what time it is. They start at 2 o'clock. Senior day for some of the kids over there. We'll talk about them later. Good win the other night. They were down 2-0 and came back and won 3-2. Soccer winning last night. The women did. They're now 9-2 and 4-1 in conference play. The men, a scoreless tie. You don't play overtimes until you get to the postseason. 2 receivers, top of the screen. Here's the quarterback rolling and throwing, and did he catch that ball? Let's wait and see. No word from the official. It was a diving catch on a low-thrown ball by Holloway.
From this angle up here, I thought he got it. Let's see the replay.
Isaac Finch, the guy that caught it.
May not be able to see it on this either.
Here we go. There's the throw. Boy, it looked like it almost skipped that ground, didn't it?
It did. On the replay, it may have skipped the ground a little bit.
2nd down in the yard. Holloway, the quarterback, gives it to his running back. He's got a hole, and he's going to move to the 45-yard line and be stopped there. It's going to be a first down, though. Shepard, their leading running back, over 600 yards on the year, gets the first down. So the defense holds, and the offense picks them right back up and says, okay, we're going to get a first down.
Well, Cumberland Phoenix doing a good job moving the football right now. Defense got to step it up right here, get some pressure on that quarterback. Don't give him too much time to throw the football.
Holloway, the quarterback, Luke Holloway, rolls right at us. He's going to keep it, tuck it, and run. He's going to slide down because he saw Burns coming right at him. I'd slide down, too. He's at the 40, but he picks up 5 yards.
Burns was coming on a direct line for him to take him out. He did a good old slide up to 40 to get out of the way.
Knowing Burns, he was salivating.
He was.
At the 41-yard line. He picked up only 4. I gave him 5. It's 4. Look at him. Look at Burns. He's running right over him. You got to love Burns. 2nd down and 6. Holloway running back to his left. He gives it to Shepard again. Shepard looking for a hole. Doesn't find much of one. Now he loses his balance. He'll fall forward to about the 37 or 8. Now they're going to give him the 39. He didn't get a really good spot there. It's going to be 3rd down at about almost 4, Craig. Let's call it 3rd, about 3.5.
Cumberland ran a trap play right there. They pulled the guard from the left side to kick out the end on the right side. The running back went in behind it, but the defense did a good job of scraping inside and closing it down.
Shepard to the right of Holloway. 2 receivers, top of your screen. 1 here to the near side. Bethel almost jumped, but gets back. Holloway, the young man we mentioned him several times, from Blue Ridge, Georgia. Can't say I've ever been to Blue Ridge. 3rd down about 4. I'm sure it's pretty. Here's a handoff to Shepard. Ducks his head and scrambles his way. Got to be short. They have to get to the 40. Or, 35. He's at the 36, so it's going to be 4th and about a yard, Craig.
Tackle made by 95, I believe, Xavier King for the Wildcats. Just head up, straight ahead football. Try to get the first down. They're going up for it on 4th down and 1. Bethel's got to be careful not to jump, not to bite that quarterback's cadence right here.
All right, here we go. Holloway backs off after being up under center. Looking over at the bench over there. See what Coach Mathis and the gang are calling up. He and Mike are good friends. They talk a lot. Now they put Shepard to the left of Holloway. He's in the gun. 4th and a yard. They give it to Shepard. Shepard trying to find a hole. I'm not sure.
It's going to be close.
He's going to be really close. I think he's going to fall forward just enough to get it. They put that ball that time in the hands of the running back, but they put the series in the hands of Sanchez, Cresswell, Hall, Martin, and Wiggins, their offensive line.
I'll tell you what I don't like. That collapse in the middle of the field, they let them unpile, and the referee goes ahead and signals first down before they spot the football down.
Yep.
You know, you got
that happened last week.
You got to spot that down first and get a look at it.
Remember that happened? You said that last week too. Well, at the 35-yard line, where'd they take this ball? At the 44?
Yeah.
Or 41, I think they took it there. Here's Holloway. Rose here to the near side. He's going to tuck it and run at the hash, and he's going to slide inside the 30. A couple of cats hit each other as they were trying to get there to make the stop. Let's hope that Rainey's okay. He took a nasty spill as he and Burns collided. Rainey may have to come out, and he's going to have to come out. Watch this collision by two of the cats as he slid under them. Slid right under him, and then about three guys hit each other.
Holloway rolls to his left on his non-throwing side, and then it's kind of like he gets everybody going one direction. He cuts it back to the inside where there's nobody there, and he's picking up good positive yardage.
Tim Mathis and his coaching staff have to be pleased with this drive because it's keeping Bethel's offense off the field, too. Here's Shepard again, and he'll get a couple of yards down to about the 27.
Right now, give credit to that offensive line for Cumberland. They're doing a good job of moving the pile and getting positive yardage for those running backs.
They are 255, 271, 269, 256, and 345. They look bigger up here.
They do.
Here's the handoff to Shepard, and the Cats get him this time and stop him. Nice play. Brody Franks with great penetration stopped him, and then others got there to help.
Brody Franks comes out there with like a wildcat crawl coming off that pile after that tackle. Good heads-up tackle right there by Franks. And again, another fourth down decision right here for Cumberland, and there is no decision. They're going to go for it.
4th and a yard. The ball just short of the 25-yard line. Holloway. Cats almost jump again, but they stayed disciplined this time. Eatman has single coverage over there against William Spence. Holloway has Shepard to his right. Play clock down to 15. Still plenty of time for the Phoenix. Holloway will roll there, and he's going to try to get the block from Shepard. He's going to turn the corner. He's going to slide and slip, but I think he slips just after the fact that he got the first down. He lost his footing in those rubber pellets down there, but he gets the first down. Craig didn't get it by a lot, but he got it by enough. If you're a Phoenix fan.
Almost as if he slid and fell forward enough to get to the first down, because I thought we may have had him stopped. He just turned it up a little bit, slipped down like you said, and his momentum carried him across the line of the game.
Saw the replay. Yeah, when he first looked like he lost his balance, I thought he's going to be short.
Yeah.
Good athlete. Holloway, the quarterback. Now out there at the right hash, you should see on your screen of Worthy Road Studios. You folks again watching, we're describing the game to our radio audience as well. Handoff Shepard. Shepard able to dart back inside after looking like he wanted to go outside, and he's going to get positive yards again.
Counterplay right there. They fake it to the left. They run to the left, cut it back to the inside of the right. And right now, Dave, let's just call it like it is. That offensive line is winning the battle in the trenches against our defensive line.
I guarantee you they watched the Georgetown film.
Absolutely.
No doubt. I keep bringing that up, and I don't mean to hark on it, but they came in and put 247 on the ground against us when we were yielding only 70 per game at that time. It's up a little bit now, but not that much. Handoff Shepard again. He's got a gaping hole. He's got to move inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. You hear some splattering of applause. We have some Cumberland fans down to our right in the visitor section.
And the biggest thing is, Dave, the Wildcats have had this ball one possession. The Cumberland has it one possession. We're under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Couldn't be a better script if you're the offensive coordinator and head coach Tim Mathis.
Absolutely.
His offensive coordinator is Bobby Brown, double B. 1st and 10, the ball at the 14. Moving toward the south end zone, toward the Big Daddy's Barbecue end zone. He needs to give me a sandwich for saying that. 4:40 left in the first. He's probably listening down at Big Daddy's.
He probably is. He feeds us every Friday night in the press box at McKenzie. I'm going to tell you what, it's some good stuff.
Well, that scoundrel. Here's Shepard again. He moves forward and doesn't get a lot, but he gets 4 yards, and you get 3 or 4 yards every time you run it. You're going to get a first down.
I'll tell you what, Dave, when TCA ever decides to play McKenzie again at our place, I'll take care of you.
Remember the last time we were here?
Yeah.
Lightning. And was that the game we had the long delay? I got back to Jackson about 1. That's when my infamous color man was talking about the lack of an ambulance there.
And he made fun of our field?
Chamber of Commerce. He was watching the booth with us.
You know, Big Daddy and he are great friends outside of outside of radio.
Well, Stan can't expect a free barbecue at Big Daddy's anytime soon. 2nd down and a long 6. Holloway, they go the counter buck. Here's Shepard, and gaping through there and slowing him down was Darian Lewis, 3rd leading tackler. He slowed him down just enough for other Cats to get there, and they drop in about the 10. It's going to be 3rd down now, Craig Lund. 3rd and still about 6, almost a long 6, or almost 7.
So now you're thinking, if you're Cumberland, you're probably thinking 2 or 3 plays away. Okay,
sure.
If we don't get a first down or a touchdown on this play, and it's 4th down, we've established we can run and get first downs. Are we going to take the points, kick the field goal, or it's early in the ball game? We're going to go ahead and try to go for it, pick up another first down, and get a first and goal.
Carter is their field goal kicker, and we'll see what they bring up here. Shepard to the right of Holloway. Big play. Third down. They give it to Shepard. Shepard's going to move inside the 5. He's going to get the first down, I think. He's at the 3-yard line. Somehow he was able, we're watching on the replay here, you folks watching, and Craig, describe what happened here. How did he get that first down?
Just again off the left side. They're getting good blockage up front, a good seal block to the outside right there off the defensive end, and he's able to skirt through there and dive for the first down.
It's going to be first and goal now. They go to Shepard again this time, and the Cats deny him. Massive group of bodies down there. What a great shot by our gang from Worthy Road Studios. We got Billy down in the end zone down there, but that's a shot from the sideline there.
So first and goal from the 2, or second and goal from the 2 for the Cumberland Phoenix.
Eric Inman doing yeoman's work down there. Christopher and Ashley behind me here in the booth. It's going to be second and goal from the 2-yard line. Holloway. Will it be Shepard time again? They give it to Shepard. And the Cats, boy, they hit him. Oh, no, it's Holloway.
He pulled it.
He pulled it. Holloway pulled it right out. He's going to score. No flags on the play that I see. Everyone stopped for a moment. Well, the officials are conferring. Let's see.
They blew it dead, Dave. They blew it dead.
They blew it dead, thinking the running back had it. I thought he had it. Didn't you think he had it?
I thought he had it too.
And Holloway came out of nowhere with it and scored.
If I'm Tim Mathis, that coach, I'm having a fit right now. They blew that ball dead.
My goodness, they blew it. It's a loss of 2 back to the 5. Boy, Tim Mathis has to be beside himself. Hey, look at him over there. He is really irate.
Wow.
It's going to be third and goal from the 5.
We don't have any replay.
No replay right now. And on a whistle like that, I don't think you can. I don't think you can contest, can you?
Well, I mean, it happened to us, 2 weeks or last week or the week before.
Now timeout.
Yeah.
That's a great call.
I agree. Tim Mathis calls a timeout. He's going to regroup, and I'm sure the kids are disappointed as he is. When we come back, a quick 30. It's no score. 1:26 all that remains in the first quarter. And Cumberland's just took a tough break. That ball is always back to the 6 almost, back after this 30 on the Bethel Football Network.
Even if he throws a challenge.
Replay. Here's what just happened, folks. Watch this replay. This is the play that they whistle. They blew it dead.
That's just a RP. Oh, well, and did his knee go down?
They think he was stopped. Well, I think they ruled that Holloway's knee went down.
That may be what it is. I didn't see that initially.
All right, I didn't either. Well, here we go. Third and goal from the 6 now.
So a couple of things in play right there.
Well, they actually moved it at the 5. They moved that chain, that marker over there. They had me a little decoyed there. Third and goal from the 5. Shepard to the left of Holloway. Those two guys, they said the knee was down is what they call. Shepard has it. Shepard is going to scoot his way into the end zone. How did he get under all those kids?
I have no idea.
He went up under people. My goodness, watch this replay.
Wow.
Watch this. That's great play by Shepard.
Just takes the ball off the right side from Holloway, the quarterback. And you're right, Dave. He just kind of scoots, keeps his feet driving. We missed a tackle. Frank's missed a tackle in the backfield. We had him. He just spun out of it.
That is we'll double check on the drive. I think it's a 69-yard drive or 59-yard drive is what I had, but we'll double check. 5-yard Shepard run with 1:20 left, and in to attempt the PAT will be Jack Cantner. I don't have stats on Jack. Cantner will kick it here. Snap forthcoming. It is back. Ball down. Kick up into the south end zone. It sails, and it is good. 7-0 Cumberland. A surprise here thus far. 1:20 in the first. Back with the Cats on offense on the Bethel Football Network. Thus far, folks, Dave McCulley along with Craig Lund, Claire Crash Craddock with us, along with Derek Hubble, our statistician. And Craig, you mentioned off air, and we weren't being demeaning to our bunch at all, but that looked pretty easy the way they moved that ball, didn't
49. It did. I mean, they just moved the ball down the field. Really would like to see the time of possession on that play, to see how long they kept it when we turned it over, or they took it over on downs from us.
That had to be 8-9+ minutes.
Had to be
9+.
And that's exactly, if you're Cumberland, you want that. That's what you want. Keep that offense off the field.
Carter kicks it, and Eatman's going to gather it in about the 22-yard line. That's not Eatman. That is going to be Gilbert. And he's circling wagons down there, and here's a flag coming in late on top of that. I think we're going to have a block in the back as well. Let's wait and see. The flag came in after the player was down. And we've got the Cats talking to the side judge here. I'm not sure what that's about. And it's going to be what?
Sounds like the Bethel faithful kind of thinks it's against Cumberland.
It could be. Referee today is Darren Bray. Nope, they get holding on. That's going to be on Logan Davis. And they're going to move that ball back. It would have been about the 27, Craig. They're going to move it back. Well, the Cats shoot themselves in the foot on the special teams that time. And they'll be back this time to about the 17-yard line, 10-yard mark off.
Well, I'm going to go with Coach Hubble's theory last week against Roosevelt. Throw the ball to Dixon.
Yep.
Get him in over the top and throw one up there. Let him go get it.
Playing with an injury, but out there. I talked to him a couple of times during the week. Says it's pretty painful, but he can play. Collazo has it. Hands it off. No, he's got to throw it, and it's caught. He fooled me that time, and he catches that time over the middle. Jalen Taylor. Taylor, his now 31st catch of the year. First down.
Just a quick slant to Taylor right there. Good read. He sets up inside of the outside cornerback where there's no position inside of the safety didn't come over, and completion by Collazo.
The radio crew from Cumberland raving over how good Collazo is. He's the player of the year, I think, right now. Now he fakes it, goes out to Dixon, trying to get a block. Dixon's going to turn the corner to 40 and be knocked out of bounds at about the 46-yard line.
So we're seeing the same thing we started out with, really moving the football down the field. Yep. Then when you get inside plus territory, it kind of stalled out.
Yep, 46-yard line. That's that little screen over there to Dixon where you get the other receivers in front of him. And he is really nifty at being able to, if you give him a little bit of a block, he's going to burn you.
Absolutely.
First and 10th, the 46-yard line. Dixon in motion now toward the hash. Collazo drops, looks, going to just shovel it, and it's going to be Dixon who came over the middle, and he caught it, and he's down to the 45-yard line of Cumberland. Going to be about a yard short of the first down. Well, they're taking Derek Hubble. Derek's maybe mic'd into their helmets down there.
Collazo that time did a good job. I thought he was going to pull it down and run it, but at the last second, he looks up and sees Dixon come across and drops it off to him.
A quick first quarter.
Wow.
Cats moving. They're down 7-0. 46-yard line of Cumberland. When we come back after this 1-minute message on Worthy Road Studios, the BallGame Blitz and 100.9 WEIO. Stay with us.
We welcome you back to the hometown hangout press box as the Wildcats trail 7-0 to start the second quarter of play with the football.
We're just hanging out up here, and the Cats right now need to score. They're down 7-0. We begin the second stanza. Collazo gives it to Roberts. Terrence has a nice hole, 40, nice cut, 35. To the 34 he rumbles, and the Cats have another first down.
Again, efficiently running the football off the left side of the offensive line, picks up a first down. Continue to do that. Just continue to gain that momentum going down the field.
Well, Cats have something going now.
Good solid run right there.
Sure was. Burris, Dixon, far side right. Taylor here to the near side. 3 dangerous, as good as it gets in this league. Might be the best core receivers in the league as a group. Collazo back. He's got to be hit, and that ball is loose. And the Phoenix have it. 40, 45, midfield, 40, 35, and finally down at the Bethel 34-yard line. Collazo never saw him, and the fumble recovery and return by Keenan Burnley.
All right, let's see if his arm's going forward. Here's a replay. Collazo steps up into the pocket right here. Pressure coming from the backside, and I think it's going to be close. You can't really see it on the replay. Ooh.
Coach Jasper's down there. He wants to talk to Mr. Bray, the white hat. And I don't think the replay's been working, so the referee says, nope, it was not going forward. Well, no harm in trying. 35-yard line, and that's about a 30-yard return after the fumble. 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Well, Craig, shades of Georgetown a little bit, isn't it?
It sure is. Again, Wildcats are driving the football. Pocket collapses. Collazo steps up. They still get to him. Turnover. And the Phoenix have a great position to 35-yard line of the Cats.
Linebacker, Walker, a little slow to get out there, but he's out there now. 3-man front for the Cats. They go to Shepard again. He's bumped back at the 35-yard line. No gain. And it's now going to be 2nd down and 10.
Just try to run it off the left side right there. Wildcats did a good job that time of collapsing down. Linebackers coming in, filling the holes. No gain on the play.
That was my bad on the replay. I should have had that. Paul reminded me of that. I apologize. 2nd down and 10. Holloway rolls this way. And he's going to try that same little move he made earlier. And he's going to get a couple, 2 or 3 yards. That's about it. Good play there by the Cats. And closing the door was one Xavier King. All right. We have the winner. Come on in, sir. What we'll need to do is have Emma to take him down with Mr. Chappell at the end of the 3rd quarter, and they'll present Ricky Price, and Brad Chappell will present him the bundle. Thank you, sir. What's the name? Harold King. Harold, congratulations. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Just made the stop. Just made the tackle. Well, how about that? Harold King, the father of Xavier King, is the winner of the Pepsi Fan Bundle.
All right. Always good that a Wildcat fan wins the contest.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, he and Ricky Price from Pepsi Mid-America and Brad Chappell, Senior Athletic Director, will present Mr. King that bundle. Handoff, Shepard. That's not Shepard. That's someone else running that ball. Who is that? That's
number 28.
That is Nick Burge. Nick Burge carried it. He's got a 1st down, and Craig had him in a 3rd down situation, but they get it anyway.
Really impressed with the offensive line play by the Cumberland Phoenix.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Bethel's in a 3-4 defense, basically 3 down linemen. So what they're able to do, those tackles on the inside for the Phoenix, they're able to get to the 2nd level and get those holes opened up a little bit and let those running backs run in behind it.
Cumberland just 37% on 3rd down conversions, but they've not looked like that today, have they?
They have not.
1st and 10. Holloway rolls. Holloway wants to throw, and there's a receiver open inside the 20. And they got what the defense gave them, short yardage, but it is a positive play.
Yeah, your important point you just made. You give what the defense, take what the defense is going to give you. Holloway doing a good job of really keeping his eyes downfield, and if a pass isn't there, he's going to turn it up and go with it.
Remind me to give Josh Key, Mr. Harold King's name for the ceremony coming up at the end of the 3rd quarter. Later this year, Pepsi for a year, Ricky Price and the folks at Pepsi Mid-America are going to give away. You and I are not eligible.
Oh, well, Diet Pepsi's my go-to drink.
Same here. 2nd down and 5, a pick up a 5. Holloway gives it to again. No, he's going to keep it. He play faked it to Burge. We bid on it, and so did the Cat defense. And finally, Franks and others get there to make the stop, but not before he gets positive yards again. It's going to be a little short. Going to be 3rd down and about, well, I don't even know if that's a yard, a half a yard, Craig.
Holloway does a great job of selling that fake on that RPO and pulling it out, or the veer, if you will, and hiding the football.
Watch them let this play clock run down, too. 20. Now, they're not looking over there just to make sure they know the play. They know the play probably. They're just draining this clock a little bit every time. That's
absolutely
smart football.
It is. I mean, you keep that offensive Wildcats off the field.
Hand off to Burge again. Burge has the 1st down and more. He's inside the 10. A scrub. He's still on his feet, and he's inside the 10-yard line to the 9-yard line, Craig. It's going to be 1st and goal, Cumberland University.
Met him in the hole right there, and he kept his feet churning, and we let him go, and then he carries the pile, like you said, Dave, with him another 2 or 3 yards.
Well, their offensive coordinator, Bobby Brown, calling a good game, and right now they're just, again, saying, okay, our offensive line's pretty stout. We're just going to keep it in their hands until you show that you can stop us. And Holloway's mixing up just enough on the options and the RPOs, hasn't he?
He sure has.
First and goal, the ball just at the 10. Holloway's going to keep it. They try to get him a block. He's going to come outside. He's going to get yardage to the 5. The kid's deceptive. He moves to the 5-yard line, picks up 5. He does not look, from up here anyway, like he's a gazelle running. But, boy, I'm telling you what, he's got good balance and makes really good decisions as he runs the ball.
And his depth chart says he's 6'1". He doesn't look 6'1" to me.
He sure doesn't. Not up here. He
no.
sure doesn't. Defense, the crowd trying to pick up the defense. This huge homecoming crowd. I wouldn't say stunned, but they got to be a little surprised right now. Under 10 minutes of the second stanza, Cumberland, the Phoenix lead the game 7-0. They came in here today averaging on the ground, well, 247. Is that right? I've got to look at that. Here's the handoff. A little bit of a mix-up there. The Burge carried it 28, wasn't it, Claire? Doesn't get anything. Cats stop him right there and driving him back. Defensively was one, Darian Lewis.
Good job that time by the defense. Really stuffed that hole up. Hollowell didn't pull it that time, or he gave it to him and took it off right side. Nothing there.
Third and goal, hash mark right from the 5. Cats trying to dig in here. They're down 7-0 with 9:20 left. Cats had something going a moment ago. Then Collazo coughed it up as they blindsided him. Legal hit, but blindsided him, and he didn't see him coming from the backside and gave it up in a 30-yard return. Set this Cumberland team up in good stead. They're trying to capitalize. 3rd down and 5, or goal from the 5. Cats shuffle around that defensive front. Hand off this time. That's going to be, boy, driven back. What a play. Outstanding play by one Brian Hughes, the leading tackler on this team. Didn't play last week and didn't start today. Disciplinary reasons last week. He learned his lesson, and that time he taught the Phoenix a lesson.
Is that the first play he's been in this ball game?
It is, yes, it is.
Remember what I said. What a commodity to have to come off the bench and make his presence known. Welcome to the ball game, Mr. Hughes.
He read that beautifully. So it's going to be a field goal attempt. This by Jack Cantner. He was not on my list on the 2 deep. I'm going to double check. Well, he is. He's the backup.
Down there.
He's the backup to Carter. The holder in this case will be Sean Niblett. It's going to be a 24-yard attempt. Snap back, ball down, kick up, and that kick sails up, and it did not make it.
Wide left.
It made it through distance-wise, but he hit it wide left, as Craig told you, and the Cat defense holds. 7-0, 8:09 left here. Let's remind you that next week will not be with the Cats. They'll travel to Faulkner, 1:30 kickoff from Montgomery, Alabama. The following week they'll be in Campbellsville, and that's going to be a Donnybrook of a game. They've got the best. Well, I wouldn't say he's the best quarterback. Collazo's the best, but he's on the heels of Collazo, probably the second best quarterback in this league. And the Cats will have their hands full probably at both places. And then back here on November the 11th, Senior Day for the Cats against Lindsey Wilson. Well, how about that defensive stand, Craig?
That was a good one right there. You know, they did what they needed to do. Cumberland still moved the ball down there, but able to hold him out of the end zone. The kick goes wide left. I feel like in this ball game, even though it's still second quarter, halfway through, this is a must-score possession for the Wildcats.
Collazo gives it to Roberts. Roberts, student body right, turns, and he'll move up to the 25-yard line and scramble his way to about the 27. He's going to pick up 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
Runs the ball off the right side. If you'll watch right here at the end of the play, if he would have bounced it outside and got in behind Wildcats number 7, Burris, it probably would have sprung it down the sideline right there.
Yeah, he ran back inside, and Burris had his guy pinned, didn't he?
He did.
2nd down and 3. That's why we pay Craig the big bucks. 2nd down and 3. They give it to Roberts again. This time, nothing. He stopped for a loss of 2 back at 25. Great read that time. What a wonderful play by Jalen Brown, the defensive lineman. Not real big. Jalen Brown, defensive lineman, 6'1", 206.
Not very big, but quick, probably.
Coach Wallace at Lambeth always told me, first thing you look at when you go scout a high school player is watch their feet.
Oh, yeah.
Offensive or defensive line. He said, you can have a big old boy, but if he doesn't have good feet, he's just a big old boy.
He's just a big old boy. He's a Bob.
Yep. Playing probably because Dad wants him to play. Third down and 6. That sounds mean, but it's true.
It's true.
Roberts to the right of Collazo. They put Dixon in motion. Dixon will find the crease here, trying to find the open space. Collazo looks over the middle, and it's caught. That is going to be Russell again. Russell has the first down to the 40-yard line. He'll be stopped there, but 35. 1st and 10, Bethel. Boy, the weapons. You put Russell, Bowles, and others in there, it makes Bethel even more dangerous.
Trying to see what they do with Dixon right here. They double-team him. Nope. They just run him underneath, and then they hit over the top of the linebackers to the tight end.
Collazo really makes great reads, doesn't he?
He sure does.
1st and 10 at 35. Triples here to the near side. One receiver, top of your screen to the right. Collazo looks. Collazo being flushed out of there. He's going to run that football. And he'll scramble down at about the 40, be hit from the backside, and a flag comes in, or did it?
Yeah, it's back there. They're going to get us for a hold.
Got a hole back in the backfield, but that was not a late hit. He just both got there about the same time. Almost a second later, it had been a late hit, though.
But they threw it over there. There's
Did they really?
One. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So it could offset each other, to be honest with you. A hold on Bethel, and it could be a late hit.
Well, late hit will be a dead ball foul, I think, after the play, right?
I think you're right. Well, he was going down, so I'm not sure what Mr. Brady's going to tell us.
If that's the case.
But it was a late hit. I thought he was still up when he got, but it looked like he came right at his, well, I don't know. Let's wait and see. Yep. Didn't mean to, I guess, but. Well, you're right, Craig. It's going to be a hole. Well, I guess sometimes it's better not to second-guess yourself the way I just did about 3 times, because we had it right, didn't we, Craig? You had it right, and I thought it was as well. Well, after all of that, it's going to be first down. There's the replay. Here we go. Thanks, guys. Watch this. There's Collazo.
Oh, yeah. He had started his slide.
Yeah, he had, yeah.
He'd given himself up. That's a good call by the officials.
I think he was almost still up a little bit, but he was trying to slide, wasn't he?
That's right, yep.
What a great job by Worthy Road Studios and Paul Schultze. Christopher Reasons needs a raise. First down and 10, actually, from the 40. Collazo drops back. Collazo, a little shovel pass. Roberts, 40. Roberts, 45. Roberts, midfield. He's got to come in late. And it's going to be down to 40, and we're going to get, I think, a big hit, big block, but I think they're going to get a flag on it, Craig.
Well,
let's watch this replay.
Watch the block by 67 for the Wildcats.
All right, watch this.
Surratt. Here he comes. Look at that running at you and taking the lick right there.
Oh, my goodness.
My gosh.
They called it behind him, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
On someone else. Boy, I mean, he's like one of the WWE guys that time, wasn't he?
That was a freight train coming at you. Get off the track.
It was Derek Hubble at Mallards. We give Derek a plug, and we give Mallards a plug. You ever gone to Mallards with Derek?
I have not.
Master of getting free appetizers and free desserts.
Well, he's a legend over there.
32-yard line.
The irony.
So we mentioned Mallards, not a sponsor. We've mentioned Big Daddy's not a sponsor. So Mills next week. You've got Pool. You and Hubble have Pool.
Irony. Huntington, Mackenzie owners.
We'll take Claire with us. First down and 20 after that penalty. Collazo drops back over the middle to Dixon. Dixon caught it. Grabbed real quickly. That's a nice tackle. Open field tackle by Jalen Jobe, J-O-B-E.
Well, if we take Claire to Big Daddy's, we get the family discount.
That's exactly right. Claire's a former employee. Carla worked down there at one time. 41-yard line. The legendary Carla Credit. 41-yard line. Softball fame, she and Claire.
She is. What a great day modeling that day.
Second down.
Handoff.
Here's the handoff this time, and that's going to be carrying. That's Faulkner back in there. 24 carried it, guys. He's to the 42. It's going to be third down and 8. Claire and your daughter and Carla, what was it? First time in 37 years, lost to who? Big Sandy.
Dave McCulley.
I do it to aggravate you and Claire both. Third down and 8. Was Amber Lee on that team too?
Yes.
Yeah, she was.
Playing against Billy.
Yeah, she may be. Billy Douglas, former GA for us. Third down and 8. Low snap. Collazo has it, though. They got the blitz at him. Collazo is going to run that ball. He's going to get first down. Midfield, 45. Stumbling his way on his feet to the 40. Trying to get outside to the 35, to the 30. And they finally get him at the 30-yard line. Collazo, remarkable play as he evades the tackle. They had the blitz on him, but he got away from him. Watch this replay.
What an excellent job by Collazo right here. Stepping up in the pocket. Had pressure coming from the backside, but he's able to step up, elude it, and take the ball back across the field. Makes a man miss, and had to catch him down from the backside. Big first down for the Cats right there on the legs of Collazo.
How much effort did he give? So much that they're going to have to take him out for a breather. Avant Russell is going to come in. Avon Rucker, comes in. First down and 10 at the 30. The Cats on the prowl again. Hand off this time Burrs, who's back in the backfield instead of being a receiver. And they get him out at about the 26. Pick up a 4. Coming up a little late on the recovery is Derek Taylor. 14 and 45 was there as well, Claire tells us. Ronnie Rankins. Smith on there as well. Second down and 5.
Dave, it is 1:40, and we are 3 minutes from halftime.
It's amazing.
3.5.
And homecoming, there's Court. Myra Carlock bringing them out. The master of everything here. Here is Rucker, play fake. Rucker over the middle, and it's intercepted. He threw it right behind the would-be receiver, and it's picked off by Trevor Griffin. Not sure who he's throwing it to. He had a receiver in the area, but he flat missed him, didn't he?
He did. He threw it right into the arms of the defensive back for Cumberland.
Little
into
butterfly
traffic.
throw, too, wasn't it? Excuse me.
It was. I mean, he tried to hit number 7. He tried to hit Burris going down the middle of the field, and the linebacker steps in front, just picks it off. Wow. Wildcats shooting themselves in the foot in the first half of the play.
Bethel's been inside the 30 twice, or inside the 40 twice. Looked like they had something magically going, and then a fumble by Collazo, and now Burris throws interception. 3:32 all that remains. This might be the quickest halftime in my 13-year history here at 18 at Lambeth.
3.5 to go before half, and Cumberland gets the ball coming out the second half.
They sure do. Well, Bethel, pretty necessary here to not let them get any more scoring. Holloway, they go the jet sweep this time, and they bring the receiver here this way, and carrying that ball will be Elijah Gaskin.
And a flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold or a block in the back against Cumberland.
I guarantee you. No doubt about it. Clock stopped at 3:25. That will be half the distance, Craig. That'll be back inside the 10-yard line if that's a hole. Or let's see where the point of infraction happened. No replay here today. Mr. Bray and his groups done a pretty good job here thus far. It is holding. They decline it.
Yeah, no gain on the play. Going to take the down instead of the penalty yardage, which probably a good call. Yeah,
saves you some time. Yep,
for sure. And you're only giving up 5 yards, and you're getting another down to play with. Have to drive 85 yards. So probably a good call by Jasper.
Great shot of Michael Jasper there, inducted in the Hall of Fame last night, 2012 Hall of Fame, or player. Here's Holloway. He stumbles, drops the ball, and falls back on it. That was an awkward-looking play. Watch this replay.
Tried to cut it back to the inside, and that turf just gave way, those little rubber pellets.
If he's 6'1" or 6'2", I'm 7 feet.
Ain't that the truth?
He's a little bitty guy. See a great shot. Now, he did a good job not panicking, got back on it. That's a loss of 2, 3rd down and 12. The ball now back. Greg, where do they have it? At the 13?
13, yep.
Well, the Cats, they'll drain some clock here, down to 2:50 left here. Bethel could come out of this with great field position. The flag, crosswind, blowing toward University Parkway. That could be a factor, and a little bit of against the punter here, wouldn't it be?
That sure would be. You know, if I'm Coach Jasper, maybe I burn timeout right there. I've got 3 left.
Yep. Can't take them to the house and do anything with them later. Here's the running back, Shepard. They got to get a first down. My goodness, my goodness. How did he get such a gaping hole? And watch the replay, Craig, and dissect what happened here.
Just another counter play. They run it back back inside. There comes the pulling guard, kicks out. We miss a tackle right there, and he's off to the races. And if we don't trip him up at the 15 or the 25, he's probably going down the field for a touchdown.
Probably so. 29-yard, make it 30-yard line. 1st and 10. What a big play in this game. Had him pinned back there, maybe him punting the wind. Holloway looks, Holloway throws. Is it caught? It is. Gaskin caught it. That is Elijah Gaskin. And it's positive yards of how many? Let's wait and see when they untangle it. It's going to be at the 38. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. Does stop the clock.
It does stop the clock. Holloway just keeps his feet rolling to the left side, lets his receiver come across with him, dumps it off to him.
We have bragged on Collazo, and he's well-deserved. But this kid here, he deserves some accolades as well because he's really played a good first half for them.
He really has. Really's kept the offense on the field and kept us off balance very well today.
You remember what you said in the pregame when I asked you? You said first one thing that stood out, well, a bunch of things, but you said one thing that stood out, play our game, which we're not right now.
We're not.
Second thing is get an early lead in the game to take them out, and we've not done that either.
We had our opportunities.
Yep.
Drive stalled out, turnovers, just really being our own worst enemy right now.
And you can sense, and no disrespect to the Phoenix, I mean, their tradition is wonderful. They have a 20-12 lead in this series, 20-12 to 1. But they're sensing now that they've come against the 10th-ranked team in the nation, and they can play with them and maybe beat them.
Absolutely.
Gaskin in motion. They give it to him in the jet sweep. He turns, trying to turn anyway, and he falls forward, and he might get the first down. Let's wait and see.
Had a little bit of
40-yard line.
Had a little bit of a block in the back. The officials missed, but he was right there when the jet sweep went to turn up. Didn't get the call.
Greg, how many times has Bethel had them in this game? I don't have my computer in front of me. You see the replay here. He kept his balance just enough to get it, but how many times have they converted on big running plays on 3rd and even 4th down?
Well, as a defensive coach, that's your down to really come at them and control it. And so far, Phoenix winning that battle.
1:35, all that remains in the half. Shepard back in. Shepard plunges literally his way to about the 42. Picks up 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8. And they're content right now to just, I think they'd be content. They'd love to score, but they'd be content just to run this clock out, I think. And now we have a quick snap and I think a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Jasper got a timeout. We had too many men on the field trying to rush the defense on and off.
He's all over his coaching staff and all over the players as well. Mike's not happy. We're not happy. It's 7-0. Cats down with 1:14 in the half. We'll take a quick 30. You're watching on Worthy Road Studios, the BallGame Blitz. You're listening on WEIO 100.9 and thefarmradio.com, and we're back right after this. Be the Bulldogs for years. We'll tell you about that a little later in the broadcast. And some special hellos to some folks out in Phoenix in a minute. Holloway rolls right at us. Holloway looks. Holloway throws. It's caught. And then bopped out of bounds his receiver. And that's a nice catch. Nice throw. Isaac Finch made the catch. He's knocked out of bounds by Jaron Rainey, but not before he gets another Phoenix first down and stops the clock.
I'm going to tell you, when they got that first down, we had them 3rd and long, that changed that mentality of that coaching staff. Now they're looking to put one in the end zone before halftime.
They sure are. I think they were ready to maybe just try to run some clock here for a while, but not now. 3 receivers, top of your screen, far side left. Holloway looks that way as he rolls that way. He's going to tuck it and run it and be hit in the backfield. The first guy there is Brian Hughes that got a hand on him. Then he's finished off by others at the 44. That runs the clock down to 55 seconds and counting. A pickup of a yard. 2nd down and 9.
Holloway thought about taking a shot down the field right here. He cocked his arm back and he pulls it down, and the Bethel defense able to take him down.
Here's the snap to Holloway. He'll roll this way. Throw it. Incomplete. Boy, had a good read on it.
Sure
Incomplete.
Did.
And almost, if that ball had been thrown a little higher, Beasley would have picked that off.
Yeah, Jalen Beasley had a bead on that. If he'd have picked that off, he could have walked to the end zone.
Byron Jackson, Dana, and Mia they flew in from Phoenix. Mia was a cheerleader here. Their son played football here as well. And the sisters are with them, and we have a big contingent watching out in Phoenix, Arizona today to this ball game, the Jackson family and others and friends. 3rd down and 9. Big hello. Hope to see Byron before they leave.
Welcome aboard.
Really nice people. 3rd down and 9. Clock down to 40 seconds. Handoff Shepard. Shepard, this time he will not. Well, he bounces off a guy, and he's going to get the first down. My goodness. I already had him stopped back at the 40-yard line. And, boy, one of the Bethel kids took a big block, and he's slow to get up over there. And that guy is slow to get up. And the training staff out there immediately to attend to him, and that was the block. Let's watch it on the replay here. There it is.
Yeah.
He tried to make the tackle, and he took the brunt of the Shepard running attack.
Just turned it upfield, lowered his headgear, and hit number 20, Javante Carter.
And he's slow to get up, and Carter's had a really good year for the Cats. Lane College transfer from Mobile, Alabama. Tim Mathis, good sportsmanship, came out there to check on him. And Shepard again on a 3rd down and long. He made that play really on his own by just bowling over Carter. Got to keep it here, reminding you that our game's in part being brought to you by Hometown Health Clinic, Centennial Bank, Smith & Smith Optometry, City Florists, Trevathian's Electrical Services, West Tennessee Public Utility District, Carroll Bank and Trust, Anchor Transportation, State Farm, Nicky Joe Stafford, Hometown Hangout, and Mazda Painting. And I'll guarantee you, someone in this box has been a customer of some of those people from time to time.
Oh, I promise you. Absolutely. I promise you.
Dr. Chappell is with us. He'll be down at halftime.
More than I care to admit.
Yeah.
Hometown hangout.
And Trevathan's Electrical with the scoreboard, yes. They did a great job for us, though, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Brad, you look sharp. Of course, you're pulling for one team down in Tuscaloosa today. My counterpart's pulling for another.
At least it's under the
Yeah,
button.
that's right. Now, if you wore that thing outside, he'd ask you not to do it, which we do have a problem at Basketball Press Road from time to time. Brad, I know you're down with a special presentation at halftime. If you get a couple minutes, we'd like to talk to you up here at halftime.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about
First to halftime.
the state of Bethel athletics. How about that?
State of Bethel Athletics.
And we'll start with the tennis teams.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
We got pointing through the system.
29-yard line, first down, and again they convert on a big play there, don't they?
They sure did. And again, had them stop in 3rd and long. When they got that first down, I think it really changed the mentality of the Cumberland Phoenix coaching staff over there.
The offensive line has done, for the most part, the damage, but that time it was the running back himself.
Sure was.
29-yard line, they're getting within field goal percentage. They're 17 of 24 in red zones this year. Cumberland is. Holloway rolls. Holloway's got to throw, and incomplete. Did a good job there just throwing that away. And the reason he had to throw it away quickly, Burns was right in his wheelhouse.
And honestly, really hadn't been able to get a good shot on the quarterback.
No.
He's getting rid of it quickly.
He's elusive, isn't he?
He is, and he's sliding out of the way. So credit to him being heads up and not really taking a big shot.
Craig, probably even more about football than I know, but that frustrates the defensive line, too, when a little quarterback slithers his way around and you can't ever get your paws on him.
Yeah, because, part of it, you want to get a good lick on him every now and then, make him think about it when next time he turns it out there.
Little rascal. Second down and 10. He rolls this time again. He's going to tuck it. He's going to try to get a block. He's going to run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He got what the defense gave him, 4 yards. If they had to attempt a field goal here, the ball's at the 25. It would be a 42-yard attempt. And now Cumberland, I think, has called the timeout. Well, let's wait and see what Mr. Bray tells us.
The clock has it stopped. He went out of bounds.
Yep.
Should be about 18 seconds, I think.
They put 22 on it right now, so
okay.
I think you're right. Derek Hubble, our statistician, doesn't miss a beat. Big, he's happy. The Huntington Mustangs won last night. They're continuing to stampede over people. McKenzie winning big. My TCA Lions are playing well. 3rd down and 5, almost 6. 22 seconds left. Holloway in the shotgun. He's going to run right out of that. And that's get him. He went in midair like he was going to throw it, and he shouldn't have. He is tackled with a vicious hit. Clean hit by Jerwin Young, the young man from Haywood County.
He went to throw that football or attempt to throw it, and when he did, he got body slammed. Watch this play right here. Step up.
He's lucky he held on. That could have been a fumble. Now a timeout, and Cumberland's going to talk about it. 4th and about 7, almost 8, 4th and 8. The ball back at the 27. And Craig, what makes that play such a big defensive play, they're right on the borderline of a field goal attempt. This would be now from the 27. It'd be a 30. It'd be a 40-yard attempt.
Well, if you're Cumberland 1 second, no fear probably unless you miss the kick of it not getting through the crossbar and returning it.
Remember what happened last week on the punt?
Well, that's
on the field goal.
On the field goal.
Yeah.
This is true.
Shades of Auburn and Alabama.
Alabama. So you kick it right here. You are going to kick it through. Claire is pointing something out.
The band is creeping their way to set up a little quicker.
Oh, very good.
Bless their hearts. Had a tough time with some of the equipment last week. Dr. Derek Jones, he was with me at Lambeth. He's a great guy. Dr. D, he's got Kentucky connections. Done a great job here. Well, the ball rests at the 27-yard line.
Well, that's a big kick.
It is. That's a 40-yard attempt.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I'm looking back at their field goal at Carter. He was listed as the primary guy, and I have him.
Dave, they're not going to kick it.
No, they're going to go. They're going to go the end zone with 1 second.
Now this is a gutsy play call right here by the Cumberland Phoenix.
It is 3. They've got triples to the left, top of your screen, doubles here, empty backfield, and Holloway, the little guy back there, the quarterback.
The message has to be: if you don't see it wide open, you throw it into the field house up there.
Yep. 4th down and 8 at the Bethel 27. Holloway looks, throws it down in the end zone.
Because that happens right there.
It's picked off. And coming the other way, the Cats may get this thing back. And that is a return, and he's going to fall down at the 40-yard line. What a great play, though. Was that D. Hines, 22? Yeah, D. Hines. He picked it off inside the 10 and had a chance to go all the way. And he stopped at about the 30-yard line and Cumberland has to say, they saw the films last week, and the Bethel Wildcats come within a whisper of tying the game. We take a break, though. It's 7-0 at the break. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back with stats. Here's the replay. And almost, I think he tripped over one of his own guys, didn't he?
He did.
Great replay, guys. Christopher Reasons and the gang. We're at halftime and a little bit of a stunner. 7-0. Cumberland leads the Cats. Back after this 2-minute message on the Bethel Football Network. Hometown Hangout press box. We're giving them some extra plugs today as well. We'll have the stats here for you in just a matter of moments. Paul Schultz and the gang here with Worthy Road Studios. And, of course, Tom Yarborough back in the studios of WEIO 100.9 and thefarmradio.com. Dave McCulley along with Craig Love. We're joined now by Senior Athletic Director, my boss, Mr. Brad Chappell. And, Brad, first of all, thanks for joining us. And second of all, it's a unseasonably warmer day here. We had hoped, I think they moved everything back about 24 to 36 hours as far as the cooler weather. But, hey, we've got a good homecoming crowd. It's a great atmosphere, great ambience. The only problem is we're down 7-0 at the break. But the good news is 30 minutes to play. Good afternoon, sir.
Right. I told Mike before the game, let's make this dramatic for the big crowd. So let's go into the break down 7-0. Get everybody on the edge of their seat for a big comeback win in the second half.
Brad, the yardage, 163 for Bethel. Total yards, 144. They've had 41 snaps, though. We've only had 22. That works to their advantage, keeping our offense off the field.
Oh, you can tell what their game plan is. I mean, they watched the Georgetown tape, and we had some trouble stopping the run. I'm sure they instituted some of those principles, and not only that, I'm sure they're a running team anyway. I mean, that's their bread and butter anyway of running the football, and I'm sure they were licking their chops when they saw the Georgetown film. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to shore that up and get a little better on stopping the run in the second half.
2 turnovers hurt us too, didn't it?
Yeah, and I don't think we've played just terribly bad.
Oh, no, we haven't. Yeah.
They've really come out and established the tone of the game. I think we've responded to that, but a tight, close game like that can sometimes come down to just a couple of mistakes here and there, and that's what the tail of the tape is here in this first half. Is we've played pretty well, but we have had a couple of mistakes, and that's why we're down 7-0.
Senior Athletic Director Brad Chappell, our special guest here at halftime. Brad, we'll talk about the state of athletics here in just a matter of moments, but you're into your second year now as athletic director, and you've had a lot thrown at you from time to time. Your office is right 2 doors down from me, but it's been an exciting first year plus a couple months, hasn't it?
It has indeed, and of course I appreciate your leadership and guidance as an associate AD. It's definitely nice to be able to lean on somebody like yourself that has years of experience in collegiate athletics, and of course Melissa Vaughn and Mike Jasper are also in those roles, and exactly why I put people like that in those roles, people that have had a broad width of experience throughout the years of dealing with collegiate athletics and college athletes and being on a college campus and being able to navigate, because you're going to have, I mean, as you know, when you're dealing with 700 to 800 student athletes and 50-something coaches and graduate assistants, etc., you're going to have some issues from time to time, things that are going to come up. I mean, there is no book because there's no way to write a book about it, because you're going to be dealing with stuff constantly that don't necessarily, that you probably never dealt with before. And that's also one of the reasons it's such an exciting and rewarding job, because I tell people all the time, 2 things I can say about my job: I'm never bored, and I'm never lonely.
Well, Brad, as an SID and Associate Athletic Director too, I know you share these same sentiments. You can have the best laid out plans that you're going to do that day, but they get disrupted pretty early some mornings, don't they?
Absolutely, and I'll tell you this too. I equate it to coaching in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
From my background in coaching, I feel like prepared me for somewhat for some of this stuff, because it's the same thing. You prepare, and prepare for everything that you think can be thrown your way. You're trying to anticipate challenges that are coming your way, and then there's going to be some days where you walk out there and absolutely nothing you thought was going to happen is what happens, and you have to be able to pivot.
Absolutely. That's what makes our jobs, I think, so interesting. Brad, before we talk about some of the sports, and especially the sports that's going on right now, nice honor for you. You had a national publication, and you had an article published in that recently.
I did. That's the NACTA publication. It's NACTA is National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics, and that is across all associations. So that's all of your NCAA, Division I, Division II, Division III, as well as your NAI, as well as your JUCO people receive that publication all over the country. And so as a member of NACTA, I was asked to write an article, and I was honored to be able to do so. I was honored to be able to do so. And was pleased that it didn't end up on the cutting room floor, and that's something that went out all over the country. And forget about me. I was just happy that Bethel was able to be showcased all over the country, all over athletic directors' desks, from here to Miami, from here to Spokane, Washington, all over the U.S.
Sure.
on all the desks of every athletic director across all associations in the country. Gets that magazine, and so it's a good honor, and yes, it is an honor for me, but it more importantly than that, it's an honor for Bethel to be kind of have a little spotlight on the national scene for a little bit.
If you'd like to read the article on branding and fundraising, go to BethelAthletics.com. It's under the general news, and you'll see that. Well, we just had the homecoming queen. I knew this a few days ago, but I've settled it very silently. Gracie Eves and Markel Crawford, the lovely queen and the handsome king of 2023 homecoming. Brad, let's talk about the state.
Two student athletes, by the way.
That's exactly right. I know you've got to get downstairs for a special ceremony in a few minutes after the band performs, but before you leave, we've got volleyball playing pretty well right now. Women's soccer, a big win last night, one of the biggest wins of the last few years over at Campbellsville, a shutout. The men scoreless tie, but they're right in the hunt for a national bid. And then you look at football having a really good year. Basketball around the corner. Derek Hubble's tennis bunch, they had their scrimmage the other day. We've got softball, and you coach. There's a lot of things happening with Bethel Athletics these days.
A lot of exciting things, and I'd like to start off with our golf tournament we did yesterday.
Absolutely.
Our homecoming golf tournament. Coach Larry Joe Smith, Coach Johnny Austin worked incredibly hard to, Coach Derek Hubble worked incredibly hard to pull that off. And in my memory, I think it's one of the best ones that we've ever done. We had 23 teams participated. We had lots of people there. I got to mention Peppers Automotive Group was a huge sponsor for us, and Anthony Peppers up in Paris, and it comes here, McKenzie at Peppers Ford. They were very generous with a sponsorship donation for that golf tournament, but ultimately it accomplished the number one goal, is to get a bunch of people that love and support Bethel together to have a great afternoon on a wonderful golf course, be able to play golf and fellowship with one another. another and relive old memories and maybe make some new ones. So it went really well, and I just wanted to, pat those guys on the back a little bit because it's really an unsung. All of us do things that we don't necessarily get thanked for. So it's the behind-the-scenes work that makes everything go like it does. And we've got some people in our department, yourself, Coach Hubble, of course, all of our coaches, that we do things that people don't see. We try to make things as seamless as possible. I always equate it to a duck. A duck's working hard underwater, but up on top of the water, you can't tell he's working very hard.
You think it's just tranquil, no doubt. I want to know how Christy Dunn-Stevenson did on hole 13 yesterday.
Christy Dunn is one I haven't mentioned. Thank you for bringing that up. She is the glue that holds our athletic department together in so many ways, and again, an unsung hero of coming to work and making sure that our teams get on the road and that they take care that they're taken care of financially. She gets all that grunt work together, and I know it's a thankless job from time to time, maybe all the time. And she's been doing a fantastic job, assuming some new duties this year, and really making sure that our well-oiled machine of athletics stays well-oiled.
No doubt, and we're going to watch that tennis team in the spring. We're going to watch them really closely, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely.
I've decided, now you're a big Alabama fan. Of course, Craig's a big TUT fan. I've decided, with his cap and tie and jacket on, I've decided who he reminds me of. I've been doing this for about 3 weeks. He's not going to like this. Former Auburn coach Pat Dye.
I knew where that was going.
Doesn't he really? I mean, you see on the screen there, folks, doesn't he look like Pat Dye there?
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Well,
I'm going to throw this stuff away, and I'll put on something else.
Brett, and are you saying Roll Tide?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Christy be a nervous wreck, won't she?
She's sitting down in the stands, but I'm sure she's going to be tuning in at 2:30.
Okay. Thanks, Brad. Thanks for all you do to it for us, too.
Thank you.
All right, Brad Chappell, our special guest here at time. Let's take a 2-minute break. When we come back on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz and 100.9, Craig Lund's going to have a look at the stats. A surprise score here at halftime. The Cats trail 7-0. Paul Schultze back here. He looks like he's running on fumes. He's had a busy week as I've had. Doing a great job with Worthy Road Studios. Tom Yarborough with 100.9, and we're back after this on the Bethel Football Network.
The Wildcats. We find the Wildcats trailing the Cumberland Phoenix 7-0 here at the half. Quite honestly, Wildcat defensive line has not stood up to task to the offensive line of Cumberland Phoenix. They've kind of controlled the line of scrimmage going into the first half. Phoenix scored 7-0. Traylon Shepard rushed for 5 yards out for the first touchdown at the 1:20 mark of the first period. Later on, Jack Kenner kick attempt was good to make it 7-0. They attempted another field goal. It was wide left, and they left the score 7-0 here at the halftime as the Wildcats trail the Cumberland Phoenix 7-0. Let's look at some first half statistics. As soon as my guys get them up on the board, here we go. First downs for the Wildcats. Wildcats leading that category with 10 over the Cumberland Phoenix with 7. Rushing yards, Wildcats 9 carries for 78 yards. Phoenix, this is the big one right here, 34 carries for 110. They really controlled the first half clock, really chewed that clock down. Wildcats only touched the ball one time in the first period. Phoenix controlled it the rest of the way and closed out the first period. Passing yards, Wildcats 85. Collazo was 10 of 13, 1 INT, which actually that wasn't Collazo's interception. That was a backup quarterback Turner when he came in. The Phoenix 34 attempts, 41 completions for 144 yards. Quarterback Holloway does a really good job of rolling the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield and throwing the football. Kickoff returns, Wildcats 2 for 21. Phoenix 1 for 0. Interception returns, Wildcats had that one at the half. We thought maybe he was going to return it for a pick 6. Picked it off 61 yards, but then was taken down short of the end zone. Fumbles, Bethel 1. Lost 1. Phoenix fumbled 1 time. They were able to recover it. Penalties, Bethel 2 for 21. Got to clean that up in the second half. And then the Cumberland Phoenix had 1, but no yardage as it was a dead ball foul. Red zone scores, Bethel hasn't been inside the red zone yet. Phoenix 1 of 2 as they missed. Like I said, they scored the first touchdown in the first period. And then they missed the field goal wide left on their second opportunity. So Luke Hollowell 4 of 7 for 34 yards like we talked about. Joaquin Collazo, 10 of 13, 85 yards. Terrence Roberts, 4 carries for the Wildcats for 30 yards, averaging 7.5. Rushing for Cumberland, Traylon Shepard, 16 of 74, averaging 4.6. Receiving Isaac Finch for Cumberland, 2 of 22, averaging 11 yards along of 13. And then J.D. Dixon really has had a quiet game so far in this contest. Only 4 receptions for 33 yards. Really hasn't found that groove for Collazo yet. To really get him downfield, to get him active in the offensive side. For tackling, defense statistics, Derek Taylor leads the Cumberland Phoenix with 5 tackles, followed by Keon Therakill with 2, and then also Xavier McKinney with 2. For the Wildcats, Brian Hughes, 1 solo, 3 assists, 4 total. Brody Franks is in there with 6 total. Darian Lewis with 5, and Darian Burns with 3, and Jaron Rainey also with 6 tackles for the Wildcats. The Wildcat band getting ready to go down on the field to perform their halftime statistics. I'll tell you what, let's go back and take another break, and we'll come back and talk about the second half a little bit and some more about the homecoming festivities here at Wildcat Stadium. You're listening to Wildcat Football from the Hometown Hangout. Back after this 3-minute timeout. find the Wildcats trailing 7-0 over or behind the Cumberland Phoenix, which, as me and Dave McCulley have discussed in excessive fashion, on paper the Wildcats is obviously the heavy favorite, but like we talked about with the Georgetown game, when you come in here, and especially it being a homecoming opponent, you take that kind of person. The Cumberland Phoenix has really taken it personally as they lead the Wildcats 7-0. Wildcats had their opportunities. They were able to drive the football early in all their possessions and move it down the football field, but interception, then a turnover on downs really kind of nullified it when we get in the plus side of the field of the Cumberland Phoenix. So they take advantage of it, go 7-0. Had an opportunity there at the halftime like we talked about. Picked off the pass, returned it 61 yards, but really kind of ran into our own man and kind of fell down and wasn't able to put it in the end zone to get some momentum coming into the second half. Phoenix will have the ball coming out as the Wildcats will kick off and start the second half of play. Let's take an opportunity right now to thank some of our sponsors: Hometown Health Clinic, Centennial Bank, Smith & Smith Optometry, West Tennessee Public Utility District, Trevathan's Electrical Services, City Florist of McKenzie, Carroll Bank and Trust, Anchor Transportation, State Farm Insurance, Mr. Stephen Morton, Nicky Joe Stafford, and of course, like we said, we're at the Hometown Hangout press box. Go down there tonight, Hometown Hangout. Mr. Drew Beeler and his staff will take care of you or your dinner plans. Open at 4:30. They have a new area in the back of the Hometown Hangout with a fire pit, some areas for the kids to play, some couches back there, kind of a different setting, different vibe out there behind the Hometown Hangout. Go down there for a good meal if you don't want a meal. You want to watch the Vols defeat those Crimson Tide today after that ball game. Go down there and get you some ice cream treats to kind of finish off your night and just maybe relax and have some fellowship with friends or whatnot down there at the Hometown Hangout. Bethel band still playing, performing on the field. The Phoenix are on the left doing their pregame or post halftime calisthenics. The Wildcats as well on the field and getting ready for the second half of action. Keys for the second half: the defense has to come out and nullify that offense of the Cumberland Phoenix early on this first possession. Then the offense has to flip right around, take the momentum back and score on their first possession and get this thing swung back the way we know it should be. I'm sure Coach Jasper has some great words of encouragement at halftime for some halftime of adjustments. Got to get J.D. Dixon involved more on the offensive side of the football and get him going in the second half. 3 minutes to go before we kick this one off. We're going to take another 2-minute break, then we'll come back and get ready for the second half of action. You're listening to Bethel Wildcat Football from the Hometown Hangout here at Wildcat Stadium. Back in 2 minutes.
there. We were trying to direct some things that's going on here. And Craig, after the band performed, after the homecoming, Miss Gracie Eves and Markel Crawford, the Queen and King, they were named a few minutes ago. Special presentation to a special friend of all of us just a moment ago.
Miss Sandy Loudon, who's the Dean of Students here at Bethel, was honored here at halftime. As October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and she was honored as our recipient for her battle, what she's going through right now. If you know Miss Sandy, you know her, you love her, because she is great with the students, has a gentle personality with the kids, and just all the time, you never see her not smiling, always has a kind word for everybody, and we applaud Miss Sandy for her battle. And everybody, my wife went through that. Somebody, you've all been touched by someone who is battling breast cancer. Carly, my youngest daughter, her best friend, Miss Addie, her mom, Amanda, is going through that right now. And our thoughts and prayers go out to those folks, and just keep fighting the fight. And if you can give to help in that battle with money or whatever, to whatever cancer research you want to do that, because every little bit helps.
Very well put, Craig Lund. Well, Craig, 7-0. The Cats down here as we begin to get ready for this second half. What are your thoughts? What do the Cats have to do? First of all, protect the football, I know, but what else do they have to do?
Secondly, we got to shut that door. And then third, like I said during halftime, the Wildcats the defense has to come out and get a stop. A 3-and-out is imperative. You can't let the Phoenix come out and drive the football down the field and get a quick score. Then that offense, I really believe you got to find a way to get the ball into J.D. Dixon's hands more. He's got to be a part of this offense in the second half.
First time we've seen Braden Johnson here in a while. He'll kick it off here. He does the punting and the kickoffs. Phoenix expecting maybe an onside kick, but it's a short kick. It's a high kick, and it's going to be gathered in by no one. And
that's big.
It's a big. That's going to be open, but coming up with it will be Nate Stevens. Stevens in midfield. Stevens all the way over the midfield stripe, down to the 47-yard line. Well, if you're a Phoenix fan watching, that scared you. If you're a Bethel fan, though, it even scared you more when he got open and took the ball downfield.
Well, you got exactly what you want if you're Bethel. You kick the ball high. You could see the wind kind of take it back, and it hits the ground. It takes a bounce, gives your return team or your kickoff team time to get down there, but it took a perfect bounce into the hands of the Phoenix, and they get a great return out of it.
They'll have the ball at the Bethel 40. See where they mark it. 47, 48. They'll put it down at the 48-yard line. Well, already leading 7-0. They couldn't ask for a better start on a very dangerous play for both teams. Doubles to the near side, one receiver far side right. Never eat a carrot at halftime. Holloway in the shotgun. Hands it off. Shepard hit hard. No gain.
Defense did a great job that time. Collapsed on the inside, then coming from the safety position, number 5. Rainey finishes it off.
Rainey, 6th leading tackler on this team. No gain. Second down and 10 from the 48-yard line. We're underway in this third quarter. Quickly played first half. Bethel down 7-0. They scored a 5-yard Shepard run at the 120 mark, capping off a 58-yard drive after their defense had held. Here's Holloway. Holloway will scurry his way downfield, and he'll be bear hugged by Xavier King, who's having a good game.
Another good play by the defense. Third down and 10, and Dave, first half. This is where our Achilles heel was third and long. Cumberland was able to get out of it a couple times and keep the chains moving.
Xavier King was the leading tackler in the first half. He had 8 total tackles, Craig. Having a really good game. His dad, and it was not Rig, Harold King, was the winner of the Pepsi Mid-America contest.
Very excited to win that, too, when he came up here.
Third down at about 6. 14 minutes now left here in this first few moments of the third stanza. Bethel comes with a blitz. They recognize it. They give it to Shepard. Shepard slashes his way, but he's going to be short of the first down.
And I think you're in 2-down territory right here if you're Cumberland. You have it on the 42, second down or fourth down, and call it 4.
Coach Mathis is wearing out the official over there. I think he thought it was I didn't see the replay. I should have watched it myself. They're going to punt the ball. He was really irate at the official or his team. I'm not sure, but boy, he was really animated. The punter is going to be
88 Nolan Gottlieb should be.
Yep, Gottlieb Nolan from Smithville, Tennessee, averaging just 30 yards per punt. He doesn't really need a long punt here. Gilbert stands back inside his 15-yard line. Little pooch punt, and Gilbert's going to watch it flow into the end zone. It hits first bounce in the purple.
He was trying to get that coffin corner down there and just didn't hit it right.
Yep, so it's going to be, he walks over and talks to his special teams coach, 13:06. And it will be now 1st and 10 for the Cats.
We'll have it 1st and 20, which is, big for the Cats. Really need to establish, I think J.D. Dixon's got to be part of this series right here big time.
Cumberland their coaching staff may feel like they let one get away there, 1st and 10 at the Bethel 48, and they didn't really move the ball.
Hey, if you're the defense, you did exactly what you needed to do. Get them 3 and out early in the third quarter. First possession.
Collazo was back in there. We had asked Coach Jackson, was he hurt? When he came up to get the stat sheet, he said no. So Collazo was just needing a breather after that long run. Collazo under center. Roberts, the tailback, has the football. He has running room. Trying to get outside. He scrambles his way to the 28. He'll pick up 8 yards, Craig.
Well, do a good job on the offensive line of opening up that hole. And I'll tell you, give credit to the backside of Cumberland's defense. They do a good job of closing down. You look like you got a hole, then you got to cut it back to the outside, and their cornerbacks come in and finish you off.
2nd down, and they mark him at the 28, so it's just short of the 28. 2nd and long, 2. Collazo under center again. Doubles here to the near side. No one top there on the left. They give it to Roberts again. Roberts evades the would-be tackler, but he's going to be dropped for about a yard gain. That's it. It's going to be 3rd down and a yard at the 29.
I think Collazo checked off that play. He raised up and said so. He barked something to the offensive line, so I think he changed the play to line of scrimmage.
The Cats bring in an extra tight end, Broderick Herman. They bring in Faulkner, who's the short yardage back for the Cats. You look at Faulkner's stats, only 173 yards, but he scored 7 touchdowns. 3rd down the yard.
Overload to this side. Should look for the run that's coming this way.
And they're going to snap it to Faulkner, a direct snap to Faulkner. He gets the 1st down, and he's going to punish the backs as he moves to the 36. They put Collazo in motion and snap the ball. Watch this replay, Craig.
It's a good seal block on the outside right here, too, by the tight end they brought in.
1st down for the Cats at the 36-yard line. 1st downs in that first half. Bethel had 10. Cumberland had 12. That running attack hurt Bethel. Bethel had a few more yards. Says they had 110 yards rushing. Here's Collazo, play fakes, rolls left, and the lefty delivers to Dixon. Dixon's got it, and he's pushed out of bounds immediately after he gets the 1st down to the 49-yard line.
Rolled him off to his non-throwing side, off to his left, off his back foot, but hits Dixon going to the outside for a good pickup by the Wildcats.
Well, they're 1 minute away in Tuscaloosa. The Vols and the Tide. I don't have a dog in that hunt. Being a Kentucky fan, I'm trying to rev up the nerves with Craig and Chappell and others. And I know someone that's betting on the Tide today, I think. Here's Collazo.
Ooh.
Hands it off to Roberts. Terrence crushes his way inside the 45 to about the 43.
So we come out in the second half doing exactly what we did in the first half on our possessions, driving. Now we're in the part of the field where our drive stalled in the first half. Got to complete it now all the way down to the end zone.
You see the coaching staff calling in plays. 2nd down and 2. A great shot of the sideline there by our camera crew. 2nd and short. Collazo, they give it to Dixon. Dixon trying to make the defender miss, and he did not. 3 of them there on Dixon. They know where Dixon is at all times. If anything, that's a loss of about a yard back to the 44.
Well played by Cumberland right there. They did the swing out pass out here to Dixon, and they had the whole entire secondary roll over the top and blanket him like a big white blanket from the Cumberland Phoenix jerseys.
Dixon had 4 receptions in the first half, make it now 5 in the game. Russell had 3. Taylor, Burns, and Bowles each had 1.
Haven't seen that deep shot down the field yet to Dixon.
No, sure haven't.
And they have no safety back. This is the opportunity to do it right here. Safety's rolled up on the far side, and down here nobody.
3rd down and 3. They go over the middle, and it's caught. And a nice catch there by one Jalen Taylor, his 2nd catch of the game, and now his 32nd of the year, and it's a 1st down Bethel.
Good read right there by Collazo. They rolled that safety up over to the strong side over there, so it left the middle of the field open. The slant was there, just couldn't get any separation off after the throw.
Great replay there. You see it from Worthy Road Studios. In this heat, they're trying to get some of their defensive linemen interchanged there, some subs in. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Bethel down 7-0. Here's the blitz, and Collazo evades it, and then the second wave gets him. First guy that flushed him out of there. Great bull effort that time by Jeremiah Matthews, 253 junior. He didn't get him. Collazo evaded him, but the next wave got him, Craig.
He was able to make the guy miss, and when he spun out of and came up, he hit his own offensive lineman.
That's a loss. of about 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 17. 8:35 clock running in this third stanza. Bethel down 7-0. They scored at the 120 mark, they being Cumberland. That's been it the entire game for either team. Collazo hands it off, and nothing there at all. They were waiting at the house for Terrence Roberts, and they said, door shut, young man. It's another loss of about 2 yards. It's 3rd and almost 19 yards.
Cumberland really bows their necks up when you get in their territory plus territory, and really don't let you get a lot.
You know, Craig, now with those 2 negative plays, Bethel on the verge now of not being 2 down territory here.
For sure.
3rd down and 19. Our spotter is the lovely Claire Craddock. And it's going to be 3rd and 19. Our statistician is one Derek Hubble.
Dime package out there for Cumberland. 5 defensive backs.
Yep. 3rd down and 19. Collazo back, looking, throwing, caught by Rady, and he's going to be short of the first down. Well, no, he's on his feet. He's got it. Second and triple effort gave it to him, and he's finally tackled by one Eli Denton. And a marker on the play.
Wow.
Over on the other side.
See the play right here. Good read by Collazo. Looks left, looks off, then comes back. Hits it right here. He spins out of it, off the tackle, turns it up. It's got the first down, but we're going to see the call right here.
It's either going to be defensive holding on the other side, or it's going to be illegal receiver downfield.
It's going to be illegal running downfield by number 67.
Derek Hubble, our statistician, says he has it all sorted out. No indication yet from Mr. Bray, the White Hat.
That's pretty.
He's about to tell us.
Looks like they're going to walk it off.
It does. Personal foul.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness. He called a chop block? Is that what he called?
No, he called helmet to helmet.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he didn't give the chop block indication, but I thought that's what he said, but I couldn't tell real well. Well, after all of that, they mark it off from the 32. It will be moved back to about the 47, 15-yard infraction. Bethel came in this game today, too many penalties for Mike Jasper, I'm sure. 58 for 545. And in the first half, what did we have? We had just 2 for only 21 yards.
21
That's great
yards.
there. 3rd down now. We're almost back to where we were. It's 3rd and about 17 now.
Two defense backs back now, 2 safeties.
Yep. Collazo in that gut again. Roberts to his right. Roberts stays in there to block. He drifts out of the backfield. They're going to throw it, and it's caught. Wow! It's caught, and Burris gets popped and loses his helmet, but it's a first down for the Cats, and what a throw by Collazo. And Burris, knowing he's going to get hit hard, and he did get hit hard, held on, Craig Lund.
What a play, what a throw by Collazo. They dropped those safeties back on the snap to play that zone coverage, and Collazo throws a strike into Avant Burris' chest.
Here's the replay. Look at this hit.
Boom.
But he held on. Helmet came flying. Football stayed there. That wasn't a dirty hit either. It just got right up under the helmet or around the shoulder pads. Well, a big conversion. We saw in that first half, Cumberland make a lot of 3rd down conversion, big plays. Cats come up with none there. 3rd and 17, they convert down to the 22. That's a 20-plus yard gain. Collazo drops. Collazo looks. Collazo being pursued. Collazo is going to throw it, and it's going to be caught. He intended that to Dixon, and somehow Taylor was behind him, and Taylor catches it for a Bethel touchdown.
Huge. Collazo rolls to his left side, throws it back across the grain into Taylor's hands, jumping into the end zone for the Wildcat score. Good roll right here by Collazo. Looks downfield. I think you're right, Dave. I think that Dixon thought it was for him, but Taylor catches it.
6:53. And the Cats move the ball downfield, 80-yard drive. And some big plays in that drive to save the day. Johnson will be the holder. Welch, the kicker. Welch has been very good all year. Snap back, ball down, kick up, good. He's now 40 of 44 on the year. We're tied, folks, 7-7. With 6:53 in the third, the Cats have caught them. We're back after this with the Cats on defense on the Bethel. A 30-second break on the Bethel Football Network. October day, hot for October anyway, I guess you could say. Not that really bad, but on this turf, probably about 8 to 10 degrees hotter than the temp would tell us, and it's in the 80s. 7-7, Craig. Bethel's finally scored.
Finally scored and did exactly what we thought they needed to do. Defense comes out, holds Cumberland. Then the offense comes out and takes control and marches it right down the field for the Wildcats score to tie this thing.
And remember, they had it at Bethel's 48, 1st and 10, and didn't convert. High kick. This time, they'll field it at the 20. And hit hard right at the 21-yard line, and what a tackle. A great tackle by
Hughes.
That Hughes again. Well, Hughes didn't play last week. Hopefully he learned his lesson. And he's over there looking at the cameras right now. Just play football, son. You made a great play. Act like it.
Sure did. He's just trying to make up for last week, and so far his presence has been known a couple of times on that football field.
Remember the big play he had defensively? Yeah, no need to get too out of control. Just play your game, and that's what he's going to do. He's a great player, no doubt. Ryan Hughes from Richmond Hill, Georgia, didn't play last week. Didn't start today, but I think he might be back in the starting lineup next week. 7-7, we're tied, 6:51. Holloway in that shotgun with back to his right. There's the handoff and scurrying his way. We'll get positive yards for about 7 or 8.
Hughes again on the tackle.
Burge carried it.
Coming up from his safety position. Just played the run, collapses down, makes the tackle.
Hughes, no doubt, a great player. And it will be 2nd and 3. It's a pickup of 7. See the replay there, and you just see them. They're pretty nifty at ducking their heads and getting under people. Here's the handoff to Burge again. This time it doesn't work. And now a hole. It's going to be on Cumberland.
Yeah, that was a good call. You could see Darian Burns throwing his hands up like, come on, ref, throw that flag.
And they did do that. Didn't pick up any yardage. You lost a yard or two, to be honest with you, but I think Bethel will pin them back here. Mr. Bray says holding. Well, we've had some problems with the scoreboard. The down and ball on where it's marked today. I'm not sure what's happened there, but I will say this, the officials' mic has worked. Back to the 19-yard line. They move the ball. It brings up 2nd down, but correct, 2nd and long, 2nd and about 13 yards.
But thus far in this ball game, that hasn't been an issue really for Cumberland. They've been able to convert several times on 3rd and long, 2nd and long.
Although Bethel's done a better job in the last few series.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially that ball when they had it in Bethel territory. Trips far side right, top of your screen. You folks listening, take our word for it. Folks watching on Wildcat on the BallGame Blitz, Holloway, nowhere to go. They figure that out as well, and he is lassoed and hog-tied down by K.J. Hicks. KJ doing a little dance.
That was a big man taking down a 6'1" quarterback.
He deserves that. KJ, 6'4", 344. Holloway, we mentioned.
6'1", 181.
181. He gives up 100 pounds, doesn't he? 3rd, this is another big play. Cat defense has played well here in this 3rd stanza. 3rd and about 13. They put a man in motion. Holloway wants to look. He is sacked back inside the 10-yard line. And the Cats, the first guy there will be Darian Lewis.
Whatever adjustment was made at halftime by that Wildcat coaching staff, it's working right now. They're able to get pressure now up in that inside the between the tackles and make some plays behind the line of scrimmage.
We have to teach Coach Brewer to stay on his feet. He went out there to congratulate his defensive unit, and he fell about 5 yards. But well-deserved in this case because his unit really did a great job. That's a sack for Lewis. He had 6 tackles for losses until that.
Cats ought to get in pretty good field position right here.
Here's the punt. He had a pretty nice punt under the circumstances, but he goes out of bounds. Not so good after all. No. That ball goes out of bounds near the 40-yard line. It'll be at the 40-yard line. That did not extend as much as I thought. The Cats are going to have great field position. They've caught him at 7-7. They have the ball, Craig Lund, at the 40-yard line of Cumberland with 4:45 in the 3rd.
Another big opportunity right here for the offense to come in and continue the momentum swing they had after the first possession.
Cumberland played so well and dominated the line of scrimmage at times in that first half, but Bethel now has snapped back and got something going. They'll send this case Tyrell Partee, far side left. He'll be over there with Taylor. Partee normally a tight end. We get Dixon and Taylor here to the near side. Collazo moves Roberts from the pistol, moves him to his right on the ear of the Wildcat, on the logo there. Collazo looks. Collazo is going to be evading the would-be tackler. Still on his feet, and slides. Smart young man to the 32-yard line, being about 2 yards short, but he gives the defensive line fits that time.
He sure did. Stepped up in the pocket. Good coverage downfield by the secondary for Cumberland. But Collazo run the ball a lot more today than I've seen him run in 3 or 4 ball games. If
Bethel could score here and then maybe put another one on, this Cumberland team has had trouble scoring. They're not a great come-from-behind scoring machine.
Right.
The next 4 minutes and 13 seconds of the third, really big here. We're tied at 7. Bethel's turned it over twice inside their 30, though. Can't afford that here. Roberts to the right of Collazo. They give it to Roberts. Terrence trying to find some running room. He's found some. He is down inside the 20 and moves his way to about the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Bethel.
Talk about what the defensive adjustments were made. It looks like the offensive side of the football, Coach Jay Bright doing some good job with that offensive line, getting them adjusted as well.
Something to watch for. You see the replay there. Something to watch for, Craig. I was watching Taylor over here. Had single coverage. Let's see if Bethel's, that happened now. He's on the far side of the field over there. Doubles here the near side. Dixon, the guy closest to us. Collazo, 1st and 10. Hands it off again to Roberts. Roberts running out of real estate, and they corral him and drop him for a loss. That's about a 5 or 6 yard loss. And we've got 2 guys like little Banny Roosters back here going at it in midfield. They're 30 yards from the full play.
Cumberland did a good job of extending that play down the sideline where he had nowhere to go. He had to cut it back, and then they had help coming on the backside.
It was Partee and Burnley that time. They didn't give up on the play.
And then they were going to take it down to the 50-yard line of the Wildcat and have a wrestling match.
They're going to go to Big Daddy's and wrestle for a barbecue. 2nd down and 17 or 16. Loss of 6.
Smoked chicken thigh at Big Daddy's.
Yeah,
that's
250. Go. That's right. 250 left in the third. We're tied at 7. So a big defensive play by the Phoenix. Collazo in that gun. Play fakes it. Runs right into the coverage that time, and now they're going to get holding on Bethel on top.
Oh!
And boys, Collazo hit hard.
There it is.
Nail. So we're going to have holding on. Bethel, and we're going to have a personal foul on the Phoenix.
That's a headshot right there.
Yeah.
Let's watch a replay. Here it goes. Collazo rolls out, spins, right there.
So, great play there by our replay team. Christopher Reasons, our director, is Ashley. She's directing now. How about that? Ashley's directing over here.
The question is, will they call targeting right there?
I thought he got him around the shoulder pads. I thought it was a late hit, but I thought he got him around the shoulder pads. See what Mr. Bray tells us. First down for the Cats. So they mark off the hold, and then they mark off the personal foul on the Phoenix. That's twice that the Phoenix have got caught doing that.
Yep.
I don't think they're dirty plays. They're just getting there and pursuing the tackle and then hitting late. And you got to call it the official, and it's a proper call, Craig.
That was a great call on both. I mean, obviously I could see the hole. I was doing this when I saw it, and then the hit was easily called.
Yep. He called the hold on Beasley, who's a defensive back. It couldn't have been on Beasley. They called it on 9, Partee. Thanks, Claire. He did say 8, though, didn't he? Yeah. It's going to be 1st and 10, the ball at the 18. So after all of that, Cats come out in pretty good shape, Craig.
They did. Get the ball 1st and 10 inside the 20 in the red zone.
Tell you what, both defenses have been pretty salty today, haven't they?
They have. Playing defense very well.
1st down and 10 at the Bethel 18. 2:22 left. Clock running in the third. We're tied at 7. They come with the blitz. Collazo, they pick up the blitz, but they don't pick up the inside blitz. They got the outside blitz, but not the inside. And Collazo is sacked back at about the 27-yard line.
I wonder if I did a little bit of a twist right there. If we see that replay. Here we go. See what they do defensively. They come off the corner right there. No, nothing special. He just comes to the inside, beats the man to the inside. He's able to get Collazo wrapped up and taken down.
Loss of 8, 2nd down at 18. Well, Josh Key says 19. I'll go with him. 2nd and 19. Ball all the way back to the 27. Well, minute 40, clock running. They look like they're going to blitz again. Collazo back there. Georgetown did a good job on these kind of plays. Now to give it to Roberts. Roberts, and what do you do against a blitz? You give it to your running back, and he finds a hole, and it's there. He's all the way inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Big hello to Dan Skates up in Martin, Bill Hamilton. Love to wife Joellen watching as well, and we have the folks out in Phoenix. We mentioned Byron Jackson. Dana and Mia are here. Their sisters are here as well, Mia's sisters. But they've got a big family group and friends watching in Phoenix, Arizona. Probably not any hotter out there than it is here today. And no need to complain about the weather. It's October. It'll get cool tomorrow.
It sure will.
Under a minute now when this ball is snapped. We're tied at 7. Bethel with a 3rd and 9. Here's Collazo. Dropping. Collazo throwing. It's caught by Roberts. 10, 5, 4, 3. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Bethel. And the Cats caught him napping, and they found Roberts wide open over there, and here's the replay.
Just flipped it out of the backfield to the back, coming out of the backfield right there in the flats. Good read by Collazo. Lets that defense suck in, and he dumps it out there. And a little bit of a late hit out of bounds right here, but
that was.
Honestly, I mean, if you get it half a yard, it's going to be 1st and goal for the Cats at the 1.
We got a player shaking up. I think that may be Roberts. Roberts is shaking up as they attend to Terrence. Let's take a quick 30. You're watching on the BallGame Blitz in Worthy Road Studios, and you're listening on WEIO 100.9. Cats knocking on the door. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. 41 seconds. We're tied 7-7. Stay with us, everybody, at 30.
I think it's Squirrel. Actually.
We need to talk to his mama. It's 41 seconds, 7-7. We're tied. I like that, though. Squirrel White. You always remember it, don't you?
You do.
Faulkner's back in there. They play fake it to him. They go to Dixon, and Dixon incomplete. Good defensive play there. Outstanding defensive play against the best receiver in this conference, and that is Threadkill with a nice defensive play.
I think Dixon won the pass interference call, but I thought it was good defensive coverage as well, Dave. Just a fade right to the back corner right here. Yeah, that's good defensive back coverage right there. Nothing wrong with that.
And the big thing is he turned around to look at the football.
Yeah.
If he hadn't turned it, you could have called pass interference, I think. Well, it's 2nd and goal. I said the ball's at the 2. They said he went out over there around the 7.
Really?
Around the 6. But I thought he was at the 2-yard line, didn't you?
I did too.
Because you thought it might have been a late hit.
Mm-hmm.
They give it to Dixon on the sweep, and Dixon nowhere.
That was a shuttle pass.
That was? Okay.
Yeah, kind of flipped it forward.
Yep. Trying to use Dixon in different ways. The thing is, you get Dixon the ball any way you can. Here it is, the replay. It's going to be 3rd down and goal.
Probably going to let it go to the quarter right here if you're the
I think they will.
Wildcats.
It's going to be 3rd down. 3rd down and about 7. Yeah, they're going to let it run down and talk about it. That's good coaching by Coach Jasper and his staff. We're at the end of 3. Bethel knocking on the door. Be 3rd and goal from the 7 when we come back. We're tied at 7. The 7s are wild. We don't believe in betting, but go to the horse races, bet on the 7th horse and the 7th race, and you might be a Derek Hubble. Back after this 1-minute message on the Bethel Football Network. We had the Pepsi Mid-America giveaway, and Harold King, the father of Xavier King, won that, and he just gave that Tennessee-Alabama score. What was that score again?
7-0 Tennessee.
All right.
39-yard strike, squirrel wipe from Joe Milton.
The Vols off to the good start in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Big one tonight, Auburn and Ole Miss. I was able to get some tickets for a couple of friends of mine that are going down. They're Auburn fans. And we have actually had a chance for them to meet Hugh Freeze before the game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, worked that out with Reagan, his daughter. You don't call Hugh directly. He doesn't even answer his cell phone anymore. You get his daughter, Reagan. He's one of his administrative assistants.
I remember this when certain teams roll around to play each other.
I remember that. Yeah, I'll be more glad to try to help. Reagan came through for me. Second time she's done that this year. Faulkner to the right of Collazo. Third down and goal. They give it to Faulkner. Faulkner.
That's
they
a
go
flag.
inside. Incomplete. No flag.
Oh, my gosh.
They tried to go inside. They play faked it to Faulkner, Fumi, and Dixon. Well, watch it and let you determine.
Hubble says it's on the yellow. It must be mixed in, and it is. I think I see it as well. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Pass interference. Dixon, they impeded his progress. Let's put it that way.
Biggest thing is it's going to give the Cats a first down.
It'd be first and goal, half the distance, too, won't it?
Yeah.
Well, the Phoenix have made some mistakes here. Yep. It's going to be called on McKinney. Hard to cover Dixon, isn't it?
This is a no-brainer right
here.
here.
If you're going to get beat, though, you might as well, yeah.
Great point. That's what I was going to say. If you know you're going to get beat, might as well take him down and give your defense a shot.
Yeah. So it remains a 7-7 game, 2 seconds into this final frame. Bethel trailed 7-0 from the 120 mark of the first stanza to the 6:10 mark of the third, where they finally tied it. This game a lot closer than most people thought it would be.
For sure about that.
It tells you how tough this league is. Phoenix, great pride and tradition up there. Ron Pavin, their AD, here today. Kyle Allen, their great SID, here today. But they're 3-3. Here's Faulkner. You can boom him into the end zone. Touchdown, Cats!
Power out left. Fullback, tailback, quarterback underneath center. Boom off the left side. Touchdown. Just power football right there.
For the first time today, Bethel leads the game 13-7. That coming at the 14:58 mark. You sense Bethel all the momentum now with the Cats for that score after they caught them a moment ago or a few minutes ago. And Craig, I guess I'm being really optimistic here, but you just feel like Bethel's about to take control of this game.
Well, again, this possession defensively, another key one because, Cumberland only down by one score, so you really got to keep the pedal on the floor and not give up, not let up.
The all-important PAT, Welch is 41 of 45. It's good. 14-7, 14:58 left of the game. The Cats have the lead for the first time today. And we're back with Worthy Road Studios, the BallGame Blitz, and WEIO. All of that coming up after this 30 on the Bethel Football Network. The hometown hangout press box. Dave McCulley, Craig Lund, 14-7, and Craig.
Started at the 31.
So it's going to be a 69-yard drive. 69-yard drive. Derek Couple tells us, Craig, impressive drive by the Cats.
No doubt about it. Finally finished off something they started from, drove the length of the field, finally got in plus territory on the Cumberland side of the football field, finished it off. Big momentum swing right there by the Cats.
And Cumberland helped Bethel a little bit, too.
They did.
Sure did. But Bethel earned it, though. I'm not saying they didn't earn it. Well, Tim Mathis had his football team ready to play today, and they're still in this thing. Craig brought up a great point. It's only a one-score game. They put 15 minutes. They're having some kind of problem with the clock. I'm not sure what's happened here. We don't need that. A new scoreboard, which is beautiful, but for some reason today it's got a mind of its own. It's like our copier in the SID department, isn't it, Hubbard and Claire? Claire can tell you we do not like our copier. We're going to come up with it. Doesn't like me. It really doesn't like me.
Get one of those with the blue papers.
Oh, yeah. Remember those things? Yeah.
Claire's like, what are you talking about?
She has no idea.
No idea.
And there was mimeographed. It looked awful on top of that.
Hubble may know.
Yeah.
He may be in kindergarten.
Yeah.
My dad used to have the windows where.
Yeah. Hubble's shrinking in his chair down there. He's getting smaller looking. Look at him. He's ready to go home. 14:54. He's had a tough week.
I'm trying to get the cool breeze.
He's trying to get the breeze, he said. Here's the kick.
Woo, what a kick.
And a great kick. Outstanding kick. We could have a personal foul on this play, as we got a couple of guys tangled up down there.
Got them everywhere.
Yeah, we had Bethel, Russell, and Paxton Junkin. And they were having a little unfriendly meeting around the 30-yard line. Well, it's going to be the Phoenix. They only average 20 points coming in. They put 7 on the board here, but they trail 14-7. The Cats defense now a chance to seize control of the game.
I won't call the name of the school, but had a school last night, had 5 players ejected for fighting.
Oh, my goodness. West Tennessee?
Yeah.
That's not good. Holloway, the quarterback. Triples far side left. Looks that way, throws. Here's a little bubble screen, and they get the guy open. 30, 35. He's got the first down as he scrambles his way to near the 40-yard line. Bethel might have been fortunate there. They didn't get a late hit.
Yeah, that's the reason why I gave the little right there.
Hughes in the mix. He weighs off the official. Brian, play football, son. You're a great player, but you can tell he's got some energy bent up, ready to play today.
He does,
He's played great. But
he wants to exude some of that energy on that Cumberland Phoenix.
And do not have a conversation with the officials unless it's just totally necessary. 40-yard line, 1st and 10. 15-yard pickup. Holloway in that gun again. Play fakes, throws it wide open. Tight end, 40, 35. We finally corralled him, and it's Hughes again saving the day as the big tight end caught it.
One of my favorite plays when I coach football, and honestly because I was a tight end, this is one of my favorite plays, was a tight end hot route. He just releases, he blocks the inside, influences, releases out, and goes right down the middle of the field. And if it's open, it's pretty much a big gainer every time, and it was right there for the Cumberland Phoenix.
Well, the Phoenix gave up the lead, then they saw them lose the lead, or had tied at 7. Bethel scored, but they didn't miss. And wait a minute, we're still in this thing. 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Shepard. Shepard, nothing much, maybe a yard, and that's it to the 33 if he got that. He didn't get that, I don't think. You know, he's talking about tight ends. Lambeth all those years, 18 years, and the tight ends used to come to me all the time and cop a play. They do. Coach Wallace and I were great friends. Used to cop a play. He said, Mr. McCulley, tell them to throw us to us more. And so every once in a while when we'd throw it to them, they'd think it was me.
Hey, take the credit.
And I would make out like it was.
Oh, well, absolutely.
14-7. Remember Clint from here in McKenzie?
Clint Anderson. I'll tell you a story about Clint in a minute. It's funny.
He was a great tight end. Mom, a longtime teacher here. Here's the throw. Incomplete. Holloway had to throw that on the run, and the reason he did, he was really being chased, I mean hard, by Bethel's Markel Crawford, who is the homecoming king today.
He was. Clint Anderson, he was my tight end at the middle school level. I coached him. So we were at field day, and the 8th graders would come over and help the elementary school. So the relay race, coaches against the kids.
Yeah.
Well, I raced Clint, and I outran him.
Oh, my goodness. Clint's married. He married a volleyball player from Lambeth. They live out in the Denver, Colorado area.
Yeah.
14-7. 7-point game. Big play here. 3rd and 10. Bethel trying to stop him here. The 3-down lineman. Bethel looks like they come with the blitz. Here comes Burns off the end. They go in and it's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Tipped and incomplete. And it's 4th and 10 from the 34-yard line.
Holloway wanted to throw that ball down the field. And again, I'm going to go back to, he says it's 6'1". 6'1" quarterback doesn't get that ball tipped, I don't think.
No, that's exactly right. Credit, I couldn't tell who got the tip, but a great defensive play. This Bethel defense has really denied them of any big momentum in this half. And back to punt it with a pooch punt will be Nolan Godfrey. He'll kick it from near midfield.
Kind of surprised they're not going for it right here. If they don't get it, they're only giving up, 15 yards basically.
Not a very good punt.
Not a good
punt.
Off
the side of his foot. It's going to go out of bounds. You're right. I totally agree. Talk about what you were just saying.
So if you're going to go for it right there with that punt, now you're only giving up like 7 yards on the punt. So go for it, and your worst case, we have it 1st and 10 to 35.
I know we like to be sometimes armchair quarterbacks, but I bet you Tim Mathis, I bet that's going through his head right now too.
Absolutely.
Not good execution. Ball at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 there. Well, Bethel, with 12:52 in the game, I wouldn't say we completely put it away, but if they go down the field with a 75-yard drive, this ball game, folks, pretty well you could say that's probably a Bethel win. 12:52 left. Helping our stat crew out. Clara's got the field glasses out. She's too young to have to use those. 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Hash mark right, Collazo puts Roberts to his right. We've not seen Martise Smith today, have we?
No, we haven't.
Collazo, play fake, looks, throws underneath to Roberts. Roberts cannot beat the tackler, but it's still a positive game, but a nice open space tackle by Aaron Davis of Cumberland.
Just a good swing out pass out there from Collazo just to get rid of it. Had good coverage downfield by the Cumberland secondary, and Collazo goes down to the safety valve. Picks up 3 on the play.
Nice effort by Brandon Kilburn's cross-country team up in Knoxville at the challenge up there over the weekend.
You know, I'm looking for Martise Smith even on the sideline, Dave. I don't see him down there.
Okay. No report on him yet. He didn't play much last week either, did he? Second down and about 7. They go underneath this time again, and it's caught. And it's caught by one Jalen Taylor. Pick your poison if you're a defensive coordinator against this Bethel team. 1st and 10, Bethel.
Bethel keep dinking you. Then when you think you've got it figured out, boop.
Run the ball just effective enough.
Yep.
Here's that replay. Collazo, strong arm with that left arm.
Yeah.
He's been player of the week twice this season, several times in his career. A chance right now, if the season ended, to be the most valuable. He's offensive player of the year last year in the Mid-South Conference. He's got a good beat on that again this year. Roberts in the backfield. Nope, nothing there. Fortunate to even get back to line of scrimmage.
Had it blocked pretty well that time, but they were able to shut it down a little bit better on the back end.
You hear one of the dads downfield?
Yeah, follow your block.
Easier said than done, Dad.
Yeah.
Second down, especially against this salty defense. I'm telling you what, you look at Cumberland, they played a tough schedule, but 3-3, and they're pretty tough. Give them a lot of credit.
We had it blocked pretty well. We just couldn't cut it up in there enough to spring it.
See Dylan Morales take that guy and throw him down the turf. Second down and 10. Every play now magnified with under 11 minutes. Collazo again throws. Taylor caught it. Short gain. And he'll be stopped immediately at about the 39. Bethel has to get to the 46, so it's going to be 3rd and about 6 or 7. Well, they give him forward progress to the 40. So it's 3rd and 6.
So if your receiver's right here and your route calls for 5 and out or 4 and out, you need to know you got to go 5 to 6.
Yep. Now know where the chains are, don't you?
Know the stick. Yep.
Russell out. Cats bring in Andre Neal. Bethel very deep. I've been here 13 years. This may be the deepest team on both sides of the ball that Bethel's had since I've been here, Craig. I mean, you bring one tight end out, you don't lose anything with another guy.
Exactly.
Receivers, same thing. Running backs for the most part. Roberts has been the workhorse today. 3rd and 6, Collazo. They come with a blitz, and they almost had him now. Shovel pass to Taylor. Taylor's going to get the first down. He is going to move his way to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Great decision by Collazo.
He could have ran it or throw it. He dumps it off like he needs to his running back. Smart play right there, or his wide receiver. Smart play right there by Collazo to move those chains.
Well, if I'm Coach Bright, who does a great job with the offensive coordinator, I watch that film, I say, Joaquin, great decision. Do not run the ball unless you have to.
Don't ever run the ball unless you absolutely
need to get him hurt.
Yeah.
Nothing against Rucker and others and Yancey, but he's the guy in this league. 1st and 10, the ball at the 47. Got it by about a yard. Collazo in the pocket. Collazo, screen pass.
Oh, wow, what a move.
Roberts, great move. 50. Roberts, 45. And somersaults his way to the 44-yard line, about a yard short of the first down.
Fantastic move right here by Roberts. Screen pass set up nicely. Offensive line holds, and they flip it out here. Boop! Steps to the inside, back to the outside, turns it up for the field.
That's got to drive those defensive linebackers nuts.
Yeah.
We're down to 9 minutes in a quickly played football game here at Wildcat Stadium today. This game is a little over 2 hours old, and we only have 9 minutes left in the game.
Had a quick game last week, too.
Sure did. I was home. I was back in Jackson at 4:30 last week. Of course, the game started at noon. Second down and a yard. 1 o'clock start today, though, and going to end about as quick, isn't it?
Yep.
Collazo, play fakes, looks, throws. There's Bowles, the tight end. First down to the 40, and they finally tackle him at a 38-yard line, and again, another weapon in the arsenal of the Bethel offensive unit.
Yeah, you talked about those Lambeth tight ends. I think so many times coaches in this day and age of football, they forget about how valuable the tight end can be for that reason right there. He's not going to bust one down the field for 80 yards on a pass reception, but he'll get you 10 or 12 on a little out pattern like he just did.
Great play call to get the first down, too. You're right.
For sure.
I've always loved tight ends.
I do, too.
Tight ends.
They're the hidden secret.
I think in the day and age we live, and the glamour of all the different sets that you see offensively, I think coaches sometimes forget it. Here's the throw out this time to Roberts out of the backfield. He makes the guy miss. He's to the 30. He's got a first down to the 27-yard line.
Give credit out there to big number 78 for the Wildcats.
Yep, no doubt.
Logan Davis. He was out there lead blocking on that swing out pass. Did a good job of taking some men with him. Was able to spring Roberts for another first down.
Nothing to do with this football game, but there's a little bug caught between the windows here. If I don't do anything else before I leave today, I'm going to save him. He has worked so hard to get out of these windows. First down, and I don't think John Ward would ever said that, or Kaywood Lefford, but I'm going to save that little rascal.
Bill Anderson, there's a bug in the window.
Bill Anderson just fell out of his chair. First down and 10. Collazo up in the pocket. Got a hold on that football. Oh, boy, he held that thing out of loaf of bread.
Sure
like
did.
a loaf of bread. They tackle him at the 23 or 24. Good positive gain that time of about almost 5 yards. Second and a long 5, short 6. And it's going to be the clock running now 7 minutes. The clock now favoring Bethel, leading 13-7. Both teams have really been able to make some big plays in the game to get first downs. It's been Bethel doing that in the second half more than Cumberland, though.
Now, we talked about the first half. Cumberland not want to rush the clock. Now the Wildcats are in that position.
Absolutely.
No need to go up there and run a play quickly. Let that play clock go down. Let that game clock roll.
Yeah, we're down to 4 seconds on the play clock. Collazo looks. Collazo throws. Dixon wide open. Touchdown, Cats!
Been looking for it all day. There it was, Dave McCulley.
Wide open. And that ball, what was that, a 23-yard strike?
And an excellent throw right here by Collazo. A little stop and go. Dixon stops. He lets the defensive back stop. He goes past him. 2-yard separation. Easy pitch and catch. Collazo to Dixon. Seen it so many times. Another pretty one right there for the Wildcats.
20-7. We're going to go 24 yards right now. Welch in to attempt the PAT. With 6:35, the Cats beginning to pull away a little bit, leading the game with Welch attempting the PAT. We mentioned a moment ago he's only missed 3 all year. 6:35. Snap back. Ball down. Kick up. That kick is good. 21-7 Bethel. The Cats beginning to pull away a little bit. They were down 7-0 at the break, and they've scored here in the second half. Not at will, but at really opportune times. 6:35 left. Back after this 30. Stay with us on the Bethel Football Network.
Back to the hometown hangout press box for Bethel Wildcat football. Wildcats put another one on the board, 21-7. Collazo to Dixon. The big pass touchdown for the Cats. Been looking for it all day. Dave McCulley finally got it.
No doubt about it. Football in the South, nothing like it. You see the Jeep over there on the grassy and all. They've got the sunroof back, getting some sun, watching the game. They're standing up in the sunroof. Can't beat that.
There is no better time in the South than it is. Well, I know you're going to disagree. I know what you're going to say. But football in the South is something special.
Oh, no doubt about it. My Cats are representable now.
Absolutely.
By the way, the Cats yesterday, Indiana had him all targeted, ready to sign him, and Boogie Flan from New York City, one of the great guards of the country, said, I'm going to go play for Coach Cal. Here's the kick. The pressure's on Tennessee this year. Here's the kick return, coming back 20, 25, 30. Flag, that's going to come back. It's going to be a great return. And now we've got 2 guys back here just really going at it. And that's going to be 2, man. We've had some extracurricular activities after almost every play lately. And
getting a little chirpy out there.
Yeah, a little chippy, a little chirpy. And that flag came in at the 37-yard line. He got all the way across midfield. We've got a flag at the 37 and the flag at the 46. Here's the play. Let's see if we can. That's a block in the back right there. Or a tackle. We actually took him down and tackled him.
Coach Jasper's already indicated moving back from, I guess, from the.
Well, field position, you hear so much about it. We talk about it. Maybe some people think we dwell on it too much, but it's certainly been a factor in this half, hasn't it?
Oh, no doubt about that. And officials still trying to figure out what to do right here.
Bethel trying to move even closer in that top 10. They went from 12 to 10. And the white hat, Mr. Bray, will tell us what he's got here. Holding. Well, a double penalty that time on Cumberland. It's going to be holding on the return and then unsportsmanlike conduct.
So that'll be a dead ball. So they should mark both of them off, I believe, Dave.
I think they will. And the closest was the 37. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what I said earlier? So they'll move that thing all the way back. He may walk to Henry. Don't walk too fast. They'll give you a ticket. Don't ever pay those if you get one of those camera tickets.
No.
Don't pay them. Derek Hubble taught me that. Derek Hubble was reprimanded by Wayne Scott the other night at volleyball, though, about his illegal parking on the campus. I'm not sure who brought that to Wayne's attention, but someone did.
Where was Hubble parking?
You name it. Sidewalks, grass, doesn't matter. Coach Hayes used to have a fit about it. The ball will be at the 13-yard line. Inside story. Sorry, folks. Well, we're ahead 21-7. We can be a little levity here. Holloway looks, drops, wants to throw. Now he's have to run. He's hit and stays on his feet and scoots his way to about the 17, 18-yard line. I tell you, the little kid's tough, though, isn't he?
He is.
He's tough, isn't he?
He likes to take down and run that football.
He's not bashful.
He's not. He looked to his right, nothing there, and then had to spin it back to the left side. Had a hand on him, but he's spin off of that and then finally finishing him off.
He's a 6'1", 181 redshirt sophomore. 6'1" if you stretch it, and 181 if he's soaking wet. Drops, double clutches. He does that a lot. Now he's going to run. He says, I'm going to go out of bounds this time. And the reason he went out of bounds, there was a guy named Mr. Hughes waiting on him.
Yeah.
Brian did a great job at that time, not trying to do anything fancy at the end. Well, picks up maybe 3 or 4. It's going to be third and about 6. Seems like Bethel's had him in his third and long a lot today in the second half.
Absolutely, and another situation right here for the Cumberland Phoenix. And with 5:45 to go, Dave, I mean, you're down 2 scores. You got to think it's 2-down territory for them.
Read about the game later tonight at BethelAthletics.com. Catch up with the volleyball. He's playing right now. Senior day over there. Holloway rolls. Holloway wants to throw. Holloway hemmed in. Holloway decked. And stopped back at the 12-yard line. And a host of cats back there. First guy there was one Timothy Hamilton.
That'll take them out of 2-down territory. Now they'll have to punt the football away.
Make sure whatever you do, guys, give Tim Hamilton a sack. Whatever we do, give him a sack. 94. We may give him 2 sacks. He always thinks we cheat him on sacks. 21-7. Actually chased me down 2 years ago. I said, son, quit stalking me. 21-7. True story. I'm not stretching that either. He's a good guy. Nolan Godfrey will kick it away, punt it away. Well, Craig, with that sack, this thing pretty well over, I think.
You think so?
He'll punt it out of there.
And go get a return right here.
It's going to be a return, and this is a newcomer.
Block in the back.
And that's going to be a block in the back. That's Noel Patterson, a young man that transferred in late, only played 3 games. Dayton, Tennessee native from Valdosta State. We got a couple of Phoenix kids shaking up. Well, look, Craig, I'll tell you this. I've always had, dating back to my Lambeth broadcast for 18 years now, 31 years, I've always had great respect for Cumberland, and that will never waver because this is the kind of program they've had through the years. I don't care if they're 9-0 or 0-9 or 3-3 as they are now. They're always going to give you a hard-fought game. Yep. And I don't mean that just paying homage to them. It's well-deserved, I think.
It is, absolutely. I can remember back, we talked about 93, 94 when they first came over here and watched them through the years when they come over here. My nephew actually played with them 91, 92.
Really?
For a couple of years, yeah. But anyway, always a hard-fought game. Of course, you know the Georgia Tech story with Cumberland, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of.
Was it 242 to nothing or something?
Yeah. So I always give my nephew Brad a little hard time about that. We talk about that a little bit. But still, nonetheless, Cumberland, up there in Lebanon, Tennessee, and you said that about them being the Bulldogs. I actually called them the Bulldogs today because that's what I'm used to.
Oh, yeah, and the story on that, again, is we repeat it. What I was told, anyway, years ago, they lost their big main administration building, and they built it back, and they built it from the ashes, same spot, and that's why they changed it to the Phoenix.
Good trivia right there.
Yeah.
Here's some trivia. 2 minutes ago in the first. Tennessee 10, Alabama 0.
All about that. Ball's playing well down there. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Bethel at the 48-yard line. They're on 48.
Good field position for the Cats.
Could be Terrence Roberts' time. No, Collazo play fakes it and finds Dixon one-on-one. Dixon beats the defender, but other people come to help him, but not before Dixon gets a first down to the 36-yard line. You just can't play him one-on-one.
You can't, and a good pitch and catch right there, and he carried a couple guys with him to pull that ball in and get it inside plus territory down to about the 35.
And the other defensive back, a little late getting over there. Got over there just in time to keep him from going all the way, but now the Cats letting the clock run here a little bit. There's Dixon there. Remember, this kid is playing injured, and enough that some kids might not even play the rest of the year. Faulkner in that pistol. Collazo moves him over to the right of him. Faulkner has it. Faulkner breaks a couple of tackles. Boy, he's a hard-nosed runner.
He is.
Gets to the 30.
Another good solid run right there off the right side of that offensive line by the Cats.
5-yard gain. Under 4 minutes, 3:55 now left in the game. Bethel leading 21-7 after trailing 7-0. Bethel did not tie the game until 6:10 of the third. They didn't take the lead to 14:58 of the fourth. And they've added 1 touchdown in the third, 2 in this fourth, and about to win, apparently their 7th game of the year, moved to 7-1. We mentioned they're number 10 in the country. Would love to even creep closer and closer to that top 5. Great chance even at 10 to host a first-round playoff game, but you got to take care of business during the regular season. Faulkner again. Faulkner stutters a little bit, sidesteps and moves his way to the 25.
Going to have it in good position, though. 3rd down and 1 from the 26.
Well, 21-7 your score, 3:10 left here. Double tight end set comes in. We actually bring 1 tight end out, but they're going to bring Partee in. They're going to bring in Neal. We've seen the tight ends in really play effectively today. Taylor comes out. So they go with the power package on the 3rd and short, 3rd and about a yard.
Power football right here.
Yeah, right here, the 2 up backs. Faulkner behind them. They'll block for him, I would think. Here's Collazo under center. Gives it to Faulkner. He follows those 2 guys, and he's going to follow them even more down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
What a block by that offensive line off the left side right there.
We run to the left a lot today, haven't we?
We do. Just power over there. Good blocking right here by the offensive line. Good seal block right there on number 21. And Faulkner able to just push it through there for another first down.
Taylor, Morales, and Davis, that offensive line. We hit the 2-minute mark. Bethel will just let this clock continue to run. Play clock at 15, game clock at 2:04. Leading the game 21-7.
Cumberland can stop it, obviously, but, with down 2 scores, I don't think they will.
If there's 1 score, I think they would.
Yes, absolutely.
Faulkner with it. Faulkner looked like he almost bobbled that ball. We'll see the replay. Doesn't get much. Maybe a yard or 2, and that's it. Here is Ashley's replay. And Chris. And the Cats will just let the clock continue to run. Yeah, I think if Bethel scores, great. If they don't, I think it's money in the bank right now.
For sure. Coach Jasper's just very content letting that clock roll.
He and Coach Mathers are really good friends. They talk a lot. Mike's well respected around the league. He and his coaching staff. That power set now. A little bit to the right. Collazo under center. We approach the 1-minute mark. Collazo will give it to Faulkner. Faulkner crashes his way down to the 15 and will be pushed back there.
Faulkner just lowering his headgear, trying to push it through there. Yeah. Take a defender with him.
He's tough cooking, no doubt. Well, that's 57 seconds, 1 more snap, and this thing is over.
And Cumberland, I think, did take a time. They did take a timeout.
All right, timeout on the field. 51 seconds left. Bethel leads 21-7, about to put this one in the bank. We'll be back after this. Not happy.
It's still early.
Yep.
First period, Tuscaloosa.
Are they still first period?
Yeah, first quarter still.
Well, it's going to be the ball now at the 16-yard line, 15-yard line. 3rd down and 8 from the 15-yard line. Bethel leads the game 21-7, down 7-0 at the break. Faulkner to the right of Collazo. Singles each way. Collazo looks left, wants to go down here to Taylor, incomplete. Good defense there at the time. Great coverage. McKinney on the coverage.
Welch going to come out to kind of put the icing on the cake, if you will.
Yeah, and this is not to rub it in any way, form, or fashion.
Nope.
Again, both coaches have great respect, but this is the proper call. You're ranked number 10 in the country. You'd like to put some more points on the board, make it look a little bit more impressive, and that's nothing wrong with that. Coach Mathis will be the first to tell you that. He'd do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Ball will be down at the 23-yard line. It'll be a 33-yard hash mark left attempt by Welch. Welch on the year, 7 of 8 field goals. Snap is forthcoming. Johnson the holder. Here it is. Lyle the snapper. The kick has the distance, and it has the accuracy. Field goal by Welch. Good! And the Cats make it 24-7 with 40 seconds left. Back after this. Ball game, and thus far so good for the Cats. They've scored 24 unanswered points in this second half. They lead the game 24-7. We have another visitor. I'm going to be nice to that one in the box here. 24-7 your score. Is that him that went out?
No, that's 2 of them.
He's coming to look for his friend. Wasp here. This heat has brought him out today, 24-7 with 40 seconds. So, Craig, good comeback for the Cats here in the second half.
It really was. Did what they needed to, made the adjustments at halftime, and then came back, and that offense looked a little more fluid, like we're used to seeing, versus what we saw in the first half, where we just kept kind of shooting ourselves in the foot, really couldn't get anything in the end zone.
We had those 2 turnovers, the fumble and the interception in the first half, which stymied Bethel's drives inside their 40.
But give credit to Cumberland's offensive line. They played well.
But Bethel has made some good adjustments, and the defense has played. They didn't play that poorly in the first half, but they really even played better here in this half. So it's a 24-7 game. Cumberland will fall to 3-4. They'll go back home to Lebanon. Traveling mercies for them. They'll fall to 1-3 in the conference. Bethel will move to 2-1. A date with Faulkner next week in Montgomery at 1:30. The following week, a date in Campbellsville, which could really be a tough game. Faulkner won't be easy either. But here's the kick. And they're just going to let it go in the end zone. In this conference, even at home, every game you have to earn.
Yes.
That's been proven here today. And the bottom line is, and you're on the road, they're even more doubly tough that you got to earn.
No doubt about it. I mean, again, you talk about some of the teams we play, teams with rich traditions, recruit well-run programs, and again, I say consistency. That's so huge at this level of football.
I don't know that the league, to be honest with you, again, 31 years I've covered the league. I don't know that the league's not quite as strong this year. This is taking nothing away from Bethel and Georgetown. Right. I don't know that the league from top to bottom is as strong as it used to be, but it's still a tough league.
Oh, still a tough league, no doubt about it. I mean, when you look at Lindsey Wilson and Georgetown, I mean, quality football programs.
Holloway, running for his life, slides his way to the 37. And now, don't take that wrong. It's still a tough, one of the best in the nation at our level. Little Holloway's got that slide down pat, doesn't he?
Be interested to see if Holloway plays baseball.
Yeah. He's doing that Derek Jeter sliding in the hole to throw someone out, too. Haven't watched much baseball since my Yanks are out. Did watch a little bit last night.
Houston making a comeback.
Yep. Houston made the comeback. And how about Arizona? They've tied that series at 2. You have illegal motion?
Yeah. Our defensive lineman kind of jumped, and I think that caused a wide receiver to move out here on the corner.
14 seconds. How about where you having dinner tonight?
A hometown hangout.
So many selections. Hometown hangout. I bet if Hubble went in and wore something purple, which he has on, I bet they'd give him at least a 5% discount. Maybe even 10. We can go by there and try it. It wouldn't hurt to ask. So, that was last week? Oh, excuse me.
Trying to cover your tracks now.
How about 5? Well, you could do you don't have a extra strawberry pie? Well, you don't have strawberry? Well, because I'm inconvenienced, can you give me 2?
Well,
that's for my color man in high school.
Does Stan listen to us? Does he listen to us?
He listens, but he won't make out like he does, but he does, yes. I gave him the free link anyway. 14 seconds, all that remains. And, again, we appreciate Worthy Road Studios. We remind you that any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of the BallGame Blitz, this BallGame today without the written consent of Worthy Road Studios and Paul Schulte is strictly prohibited. You don't want to mess with Paul, do you, Ashley? We got highlights of the game. We'll let you run through those. We'll let Craig Lund. He has the task, which will be an honor for him, I'm sure, to do the highlights. And Paul and the gang have done a great job with that. Ashley and Christopher. You're right. When you work with this bunch, you feel like you're on the network, don't you?
You are.
Major network.
For sure about that.
Sure beats our Hola camera in years past. Of course, I could film with my small little 1980 camera. It'd be as good. No, Huddle does a good job, especially in indoor events. Here's the pass, caught, no, dropped. We're down to 11 seconds.
Oh, just snap it and let's go to the house.
Yep.
But if you're Cumberland, if you could put one on the board right here.
Sure, they really come to town and gave Bethel all they want today. Nothing to be hang your helmets and heads about in this game. They've given Bethel, they gave Bethel everything they wanted. Led 7-0 in the break. We mentioned a moment ago, Bethel didn't tie the game to 6-10 in the third and didn't take the lead till the first 2 seconds of the fourth quarter. That's a tough game. Hand off to the running back. This will probably do it. And booming his way to about the 36 is Burge carrying it, and that's going to end the game. Down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. The teams will meet at midfield, shake hands. The coaches likewise. And Bethel had to earn it, but they win the game 24-7. We'll be back. 2-minute break. When we come back, well, Craig will not only have replays and the highlights of the game, he'll also have stats. We'll talk to Mike Jasper. All of that coming up next. After this 2-minute message on the postgame, the fireworks explode. The flames come out, and the Cats win it on homecoming 24-7. This is Bethel football. Stay with us.
Or Bethel Wildcat football as the Wildcats win this one 24-7 over the Cumberland Phoenix and run their record to 2-1, Dave?
They're they were Bethel 7-1 and 2-1, and they fall to 1-3 in the conference and 3-4 overall.
Good win by the Wildcats. Really came up in the second half and finished off the Cumberland Phoenix after they pretty much, to be honest, they won the first half of the ball game, and then the Wildcats able to take care of it in the second half. Let's go ahead and look at some replays from the ball game, replay highlights. Here's the first quarter. Cumberland strikes first. in the first quarter to go up 7-0. You'll see Holloway, the quarterback, hands it off to the right side, and somehow the running back was able to miss all that collision in the middle of the field and scoot into the end zone for the score. Puts the Cumberland Phoenix up 7-0. Second quarter play, all Wildcats from here on out. Bethel recovered a fumble. They go second quarter. Colazzo looking deep. He fumbles. And then Cumberland picks it up, returns it down. A big return by number 21 for the Phoenix. Sets up a good play for them, but the Wildcat defense holds to hold out the Cumberland Phoenix. Third quarter play, Bethel touchdown, 6:53 mark. Colazzo with the football. Looks to his left, back to his right, rolls out now to his left, flips it, and finds the Bethel receiver for the touchdown into the end zone to put the Wildcats up to tie it 7-7 after Welch's kick. Power formation now, the second touchdown for the Wildcats. Power play off the left side to Faulkner. He bangs it into the end zone to put the Cats up 13-7. Welch comes in for the extra point to make it 14-7, 14:58 in the fourth quarter. Final TD for the Wildcats is right here, 6:35 mark of the fourth quarter. Colazzo, been looking for it all day, hits J.D. Dixon all along, walking into the end zone, and that makes your score at that point 21-7. Andrew Welch will come in at the end to put the icing on the cake with a field goal to make it 24-7 your final. Here's some statistics for the ball game. Waiting for them to pop up here on the screen for us. Here we go. First downs for the Wildcats, 27. The Cumberland Phoenix with 15 rushing yards. Bethel really in the second half really exploited that. 28 carries for 136 yards. Phoenix 45 carries for 133. Passing yards, Colazzo had a big second half, 247 yards total. He was 26 of 32. And Phoenix, 75 yards total, 6 of 11 was Holloway. Kickoff returns, 2 of 21 for the Cats, 3 of 69 for Cumberland. Interception returns, Wildcats had that big interception right there before the half, returned to 61 yards. Wasn't able to get into the end zone. Fumbles lost. Bethel lost one fumble. Phoenix fumbled once, but was able to recover. Penalties, 4 of 37 for the Wildcats, 7 of 60 for the Cumberland University Phoenix. Red zone scores, Bethel was 2 of 2. Phoenix 1 of 2. Makes your final score 24-7. Wildcats a big winner today over the Phoenix of Cumberland.
Great job, Craig. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, Craig will close out his portion of the broadcast, not running him off, but we'll get his closing comments, and then we'll have some closing comments from Michael Jasper. He's still down on the field. He'll be up with us in a minute. Homecoming crowd going home happy. That's the way it should be. 24-7. The Cats win it. Back after this 2-minute message as we wind down the broadcast on Homecoming 2023. Stay with us, everybody. Kim McCline and Claire Craddock with us. They're a couple, our statistician. Thank you, dear. And she has the duties of sending me pictures of volleyball, the Hall of Fame pinning, Sandy Loudon, all the things that took place here today. The thing that took place, too, is Bethel coming from behind, trailing 7-0 at the break. And, Craig, they win it 24-7. And you just sort of felt like as the game progressed, Bethel gave up 2 scoring chances with a fumble and an interception in the first half. Even at halftime, 7-0, they took the ball, but once Bethel stopped them, I thought that set the tone. But then I think one of the biggest factors in the game was when they had it at the 48-yard line, Bethel held them, and then Bethel scores 24 unanswered.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, like we talked about the adjustments at halftime, it's just a conversation you have with your players. Say, guys, we're better than them, but right now they're beating us in the trenches. We've got to correct that. We've got to come out and do, like we talked about pregame, we've got to play our game, take it to them, and I think that's what Coach Jasper's message was, and that's what they did. Colazo came out the second half like a man possessed. Came out, was hitting his passes, made some great runs, made some good looks when he was flustered or flushed, was able to drop it off. And let's talk about the defense. Defense come out, and that defensive line, especially that first possession coming out of halftime, they controlled that defensive line from point A to point Z to close out the second half and secure that victory.
Xavier King, 10 total tackles. Rainey, 8. Lewis, 7. Franks, 8. And 9 by Mr. Hughes, who came back today. Played well.
What a big pickup right there.
He made one of the biggest defensive plays of the game.
Absolutely. And we talked about that. He didn't start today, but when he came in, you could kind of feel
third quarter
a little bit of that emotion on that first play he had. He said, hey, guys, I'm a difference maker, and his presence was felt in that second half.
Bethel winds up, you just mentioned these, but dissect a little bit. 136 yards rushing, 247 passing. That's what you wanted.
Now, good balanced attack.
And most of that in the second half.
Yeah, most in the second half. You want a balanced attack, a little bit heavy on the passing yardage, but that's to be expected with our quarterback. But when you can produce that type of offense, you're going to be a hard football team to beat. I don't care who you're playing.
No doubt about it. Coach Jasper will join us in a few minutes. Going back to some points of the game, I thought Roberts ran the ball with 63. You mentioned Colazo. He had 247 yards passing, 30. Roberts rushing the ball today. He had 63. They were hard-earned, but, boy, I thought that was a big factor. It kept the passing lanes open.
And no doubt about that. A great job by the running backs in the backfield.
Colazo had 38 yards rushing, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Colazo, when he pulls the ball down and takes off, you don't want to see that a lot, but when he does, he's effective, and it's able to keep the defense a little more honest and let those other backs get some huge carries as well.
Craig, great job.
Appreciate it, sir.
All right, buddy. We'll see you in a few weeks.
All right.
When we come back home against Lindsey Wilson, they'll be ranked in the top probably 10 or 15. We'll be ranked there as well. And the Cats come from behind today, trailing 7-0 in the break. We mentioned a moment ago, Bethel did not tie the game until it was 6:10 left in the third. And then they took their first lead 2 seconds into the fourth. With Faulkner's 2-yard run, they led 14-7. Then Colazo to Dixon sort of put the game away 21-7. And then Welch added frosting to the cake. I guess an appropriate thing to say on the homecoming. 24-7, the Cats come from behind and win it. Coach Mike Jasper joins us. And, Mike, first of all, congratulations. And second of all, anyone that looked at Cumberland's record, you have great respect for Coach Mathis. He has great respect for you. Y'all talk a lot, you tell me. And this is what you expect with Cumberland. This is no surprise that they came in here and gave us and made us earn this win today.
Oh, yeah, they do it every year. Tim has them dialed up, and Torian over there, he gets those guys locked in and ready to play us every year. It's become a big rivalry, so you got to expect a battle every time we play Cumberland.
7-0. They lead us at the break. Mike, I thought that what turned the game around, a couple of things. We didn't catch them until 6:10 in the third. I thought when they had the ball at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10, our defense denied them. I thought that turned the whole momentum of the game around.
It did. We needed to get some stops. I mean, offensively, we had some miscues. Bad call here and there. I'm not going to get into all that. But we only had 3 opportunities in the first half, and defense seemed like they were out there forever. It seemed like that was their game plan. It was a good game plan. So we didn't panic at halftime. We knew we just needed to capitalize on our opportunities, and defense came out and got a big stop, and we were able to rock and roll.
Yeah, I was mentioning at halftime, their snaps to our snaps was just phenomenally in their favor. At the break, Mike, we had 22 snaps. They had 41.
Oh, absolutely, and you could feel every bit of it. We had the 3 drives. We were able to move the ball. We just couldn't finish. We had a miscue. Yep, had a turnover. Some miscues, and you just can't have that when a team is trying to run the clock on you.
Thought a great game plan by Coach Bright offensively in that second half. We sort of dinked them, and then went for the big plays.
Absolutely. We took what they were giving to us, and it was there all the first half, too. We just didn't finish. So we were able to come out, and we knew, hey, guys, let's just finish these drives. Let's stay locked in. And obviously we scored on every drive there in the second half.
I thought the tight ends not only blocked well, but you utilized them in the passing game, and that just adds more repertory to your offense.
Absolutely. They had a good job. They did a great job, Andre and Bowles, and even Partee blocking. And that's what we got to have. Like I said, we had everything we wanted. The guys were prepared, had a great week of preparation. We just didn't quite execute and finish in the first half, but we were able to move the ball.
Yeah, I felt really good. Didn't feel great at halftime, down 7-0, but I felt really good once we tied the game. I thought just a matter of time that we sort of seized control of the game. Alonzo Russell had a good game. He had 3 catches, 19 yards, but I thought he played well for him.
Oh, absolutely. He does a phenomenal job on special teams as well. And every week our defense is just it's lights out. They did a phenomenal job.
One of the biggest plays of the game was Brian Hughes on that stop down here to my right.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He was electric, and only talking on the kickoff as well. He ran down on kickoff this week for us, and kind of solidified that unit, and it was great to see.
You go back and watch the films. You got to talk to Coach Brewer about going out on the field celebrating. Though he stumbled about 10 yards out there. You see that?
He's electric, man. These kids love him. He loves these kids, and it's fun. He's out there having a great time.
How about the defense? Hughes winds up with 9 tackles. Brody Franks consistent as always with 8. 7 by Darian Lewis, who had a great game. 8 by Jared Rainey. And how about 10 by Xavier King? Fitting today that his dad, Harold, won the Pepsi Mid-America Bundle Pack.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Good for him, man. My guy's out of Brownsville. But like I said,
he really played well, didn't he?
Yeah. Our defense is phenomenal. And I can't say it enough. I can't take my hat off to them enough. They play hard. They buy in. They prepare hard. They have a lot of fun and a lot of energy. And sometimes that gives them a bad rap because we got a lot of excitement. But they do things the right way, and I'll go to war with them any day of the week.
D. Hines had the interception. If he doesn't trip up there, he takes it to the house.
Oh, yeah, he can scoot a little bit.
He sure can. Coach, nice win. Any win's a nice win, but now you get to go on the road a couple of weeks in a row after being at home 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
it won't be easy, will it?
No, it won't be, man. We're in the Mid-South. It never is easy. We head down to Faulkner next week, get to see Coach Gray. And
tough place to play, Montgomery.
It's a tough place to play, and he's a heck of a football coach. So I'm excited to see how we do against them.
I like their setup over there. They have a little mini version of the Grove over there to the west side of the stadium, then the stadium. And, of course, the next week, it won't get any easier. We'll face Colasso is the player of the year right now in this league. But that Campbellsville quarterback, I hear he's the real deal, too.
He's pretty good. I've gotten a chance to see him a couple times preparing for other opponents, but not trying to look ahead because it's the Mid-South, man. Every week you got to be ready to roll. So I'm going to enjoy this one for a few more hours and then get to work on Faulkner.
Everybody keeps coming up to me and saying, well, Lindsey Wilson. I said, look, guys, we got Cumberland University this week, which we took care of 24-7. Then we got 2 tough road games, so you can't even dare to think about the Raiders.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing. Hey, not looking at them.
Send me your quote after the game, sir. Congratulations. Homecoming, brother, what a great atmosphere here today.
It was awesome, man. Thank you to the fans for coming out.
Sure,
it was
absolutely.
great.
Best crowd that we've had this year, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
And, well, it should be homecoming, and certainly want that big support. I know it'll be a packed house with Lindsey Wilson as well. Thanks, Mike. Mike Jasper, as the Cats come from behind, they win this thing 24-7. Read about the game tonight later, about 10 o'clock on BethelAthletics.com. You'll read about volleyball as well. Other sports, hockey playing up in St. Louis today. So we've got a lot of things going on that you can read about tonight and tomorrow. It's going to wrap it up for us, for my team, for Derek Hubble, Claire Craddock, the entire staff crew, and for the entire Worthy Road Studios group, that being Paul Schultze, along with his great crew of Christopher Reasons, is Ashley Janda, also Eric Emmon and Billy Boland. Great job of those guys and gals. And Tom Yarborough, our producer and director on the radio side. For the SID entire staff, I'm Diamond Dave McCulley. The happy final here. The Cats win it 24-7 from Wildcat Stadium on homecoming. So long, everybody.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.